Hello, friends, and welcome back to the new episode of the DayOne show. It's episode 321. It's a show, it's a podcast, it's a conversation, baby. And it's all about video games. As you know, DayOne is a fiercely independent and community-driven publication with the sexiest video game website on the internet, and it's all made possible by our wonderful community. So whether you're a legacy Patreon member, a YouTube member, or a direct member on our DayOne website, you're all awesome. And we fucking love you. Big shout outs to everybody that supports us directly, but especially our grand benefactors, Croat56 and Assassin, and of course our wonderful CEOs, Tor Raptor and Kevin S. Today, as per usual, even though he's on holiday, even though he's surrounded by cats drinking from his pool and nipping on his ankles, it's Special Nick. What's going on? Can you do it really loudly because you're on holiday and it doesn't matter? Or
Can you see her right now?
No.
On camera?
Nope.
Yeah.
I can.
Oh.
We can. The audience cannot.
Hold on.
Yep, there she is.
Look at that. Look at that cat. Now, before the show started, that cat was like all up in my business. Like, it was full, just jumping all over the Mac, just fucking in my face. And yeah, it was nutso. So
fun times.
My family fed her some spam this morning, and now she won't leave us alone.
Oh, you gotta love a bit of spam, man. It's wartime food.
Yeah.
Jesse's here as well, of course. How you doing, Jesse?
Good
Good.
for now.
Good.
We've got 2 more days before it's no longer good.
It's no longer fun. Yeah.
I mean, it's not particular. The games are better than
What's supposed to
ever.
be happening?
All the carnage begins for Microsoft layoffs on July the 6th. So it's just kind of like...
Ah, right.
Then there'll be a flurry of writing the reports up and watching everybody freak the fuck out and then feeling really bad for everybody that's lost their jobs, which is arguably the actual bit that kind of seems to be forgotten in all of this sometimes. What about my video games?
Yeah.
But yeah. Hey, before we get into all that serious business, let's check in with everybody. How is everybody doing? Hello, chat. Lovely to see you on this Independence Day themed episode.
Very lightly.
I'm surprised you didn't have Bill Pullman. You know, we will not go quietly into the night. We're going to live on. No. Is that the best Independence Day speech ever? Certainly the cheesiest. But yeah. Speaking of cats, Nick, and I just thought I wanted to just get this out of the way. Do your best, Nick, if you can, just for the next 5 minutes. A huge thank you to every single person that shared, supported directly, and helped crowdfund Pumpkin Surgery in, I think it was like 2.5 hours. Boom, done, ready. And we had them on the phone. It had it booked. If you're wondering how she's doing, I have shared some photos and stuff, but I'll see if I can get the camera angled. She's on crate rest.
A little more left. There you go.
Hopefully you can see her there. She's on crate rest right now.
Oh, wow. She looks just like the cat that's here.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It really reminded me of Pumpkin, that cat.
Wow. Almost exactly the same.
Hello, baby. She's a bit drugged up and she's a bit tired. But seriously, it wouldn't have been possible without everybody helping out in the way that they did. So you guys rock. And I am so grateful. My family is grateful. Like, you saved her life. You saved that cat's life. And I owe you guys big time. Like, it's amazing how quickly they seem to recover. She's had 2 pins put in either side of her pelvis. Just in case any audio listeners are paying attention right now and thinking, what's he talking about? My cat got hit by a car Friday last week, so a week today. And she got a bilateral pelvic fracture, and they put 2 pins, moved all the bones back up, and she's got the entire bottom half of her body shaved. So she's got no hair on her butt, which looks hilarious. But yeah, she's got a cold butt. But she is doing well.
There's nothing cold right now, I promise. You got a cooler butt with a whole heat wave.
It is very warm. But seriously, thank you from everybody in my life.
You're welcome. I was first, so I win.
You were. Shout out to Jez Corden, who dropped some big money. Like, and Kat's sister as well from the US dropped some big cash down. All to save little Pumpkin. So there you go. That's nice. That's it's a fun, light-hearted.
We get to have fun this week.
Start. Yeah, we've got to have our moments of brevity and positivity where we can. But anything you guys want to share before we start talking about video games? Anything you want to?
How's your trip been,
Jesse?
Nick?
It's Independence Day. What are you up to?
This.
Woo! It's party time.
Not even cooking today.
Oh wow!
This is literally like prime dinner time is consumed by doing the show.
Yep, I know how you feel.
Every week.
I know how you feel. Yep. How about you, Nick? Are you all right? You're just distracted by the cat.
I was seeing if she would talk into the mic so you could hear her meowing. But as soon as I go to show her the mic, she's like sniffing it to see if it's something she can eat. And now she's just licking herself next to me. Speaking of, I was saying to Jesse before we went on air. Yeah, speaking of, I was saying to Jesse before we went on air, because Jesse's like, how's it going over there? I said, mate, one thing I noticed, especially today, we're in Crete at the moment, but it's not just in Crete, it's wherever. All the women here wear see-through clothes with either G-string bikinis or very high-cut bikinis.
I mean, that doesn't sound like a bad thing, unless all the women are a typical 60-year-old, Greek grandmother. In which case, there's some concern.
No. It's yes. I wish Australia would adopt a similar fashion sense.
You are so with your wife and children, though. Have you been caught? Having ganders every now and then, out of nowhere?
What do you mean? She's been doing it too.
She's been pointing them out.
I've been trying to convince her to get the same attire. What do you mean? She's like, but in Australia we don't dress that way. I'm like, we need to start.
You need to set the trend, honey.
Yeah. Oh my God, this cat's just lying here now, like lying right here on the ground next to me, looking up at me. Like, what's your deal, bro?
I feel like this cat is going to be the most intrusive animal ever on an episode.
Oh my God. Hello. Oh, there you go. How's that?
Oh no, I've upset Tiberius Monk. Heel. I love you, Tiberius.
He's not wrong.
I mean, there are some. I'm just being I was trying to be generic with like an elderly, not in figure, not in shape grandmother.
A bigoted.
Chill. Yeah. I'm such a bigot.
Yep.
All right. Well, let's talk about video games. Let's talk about what we've been playing. Nick, have you been playing anything this week while you're on holiday?
Nah, I was playing obviously Star Fox last week. I've still been trying to chip away at Star Fox. Also been chipping away at my Fortnite Battle Pass, because I don't have a chance to play much here, because there's so many people here and there's so much going on that there hasn't been a lot of time for video games. So I just get the odd Fortnite match in here and there wherever I can. Shout out again to Elduozo and Kid 2015 for continuing to gift me stuff where they can. Various emotes and songs and stuff.
We literally see you in the chat being all like, hey buddy, give me some more V-Bucks.
Yep.
For shame.
Wow. This cat's just climbing a tree now. Jesus.
What about you, Jesse? You been playing anything that you can talk about?
I streamed two things. I hadn't played The Last of Us Part 1 for maybe a decade-ish. So I streamed it on PS5 Pro with The Last of Us Part 1 with it looks and plays it looks a lot better than I remember and plays exactly the same. And Boston is still a slog to get through. But it's still crazy to think that this was originally a PS3 game, because it very much does not feel like one when you look at it. But then you play it a lot and you're like, yes, this was a PS3 game. There's still a lot of limitations on how big levels can be and a lot of stuff, but it's still good. I just have to really push through getting through all of Boston and have the patience for the stealth, because this game very much does not want you to. Man, why? I gotta say, Firefox really sucks at YouTube. Like, I can't even load this page correctly. But
I mean, why are you using Firefox in
because
2026?
you guys are on StreamYard and Google, and then everything else is on Edge up above. So to not have any conflicts within OBS, I end up going to a different browser because it's the only way OBS then doesn't explode.
Oh.
But yeah, but Last of Us
Sounds
still very good. The story's still great. It's a little on the nose. Like, it's not super new. It was just very well done zombie apocalypse type stuff. I don't know if I'll end up going through 2 again, because while 2 plays a lot better, I really don't like the story of it much at all. But what I do like everything about, except for when I tried replaying it this week, was Resident Evil 4's remake. For some reason, maybe I'm too good, or maybe it just hates me, but the dynamic difficulty just stopped giving me ammo. So I reached a point where I was 30 minutes without getting enough ammo to get through an area. I could not do it. And in that game, if you can't shoot, that's like, or use your knife, that's pretty much it. And I was completely out of everything. And the game did not give me, I was stuck. Like, it's the part where you come back to this village and you've got to kill the dogs and one old lady. And I literally had no ammo the entire fight. And that's after I stopped playing so that I could do some goddamn news writing, which was a story that John took out of today's showrunner, even though I wrote it up. But yeah, it's still a great game. But man, it was very frustrating trying to play it and not being able to shoot anything in a game that's all about shooting. It's not a survival horror game.
Annoying.
It's a very hard action game. And then they wouldn't give me anything. It's kind of like, normally it's very smart. Oh, you got that last headshot, you killed that last person, here's some shotgun ammo. Like, there's the reward for getting it. And it just kept giving me money.
Yeah.
Money. Never ammo. Never the thing you need to craft ammo. I had like 40 gunpowder at one point and none of the resources that you need to make ammo. Or I got large resources, but I didn't have a submachine gun or a rifle. So it was like, still a great game, but not perfect. And that's been
That sounds like
everything.
a big frustration.
It was very, very annoying. Unlike the other things which I played for review and can't talk about, they were both good. And Tuesday at noon, after headlines, all day, let's play a fun video game and try and ignore all the bad news. Doom the Dark Ages DLC review stream. Because as far as I know, no early access for it. So
Yeah, I did reach out and be like, yeah, but maybe we should. Like, maybe we should get Jesse early access. And they
they told me no one has it. DLC is insanely hard because, as far as I know, when DLC goes live on Xbox or PlayStation, it's live for everyone. They can't make it early. Like, they can give us review keys. This game, it preloads up, but it only opens for you. When it's DLC, the moment they open it up, it's open. So the only way to get around that is doing the whole whitelisting system, which is not what that system's for. That system is for internal testing. It's not supposed to be used for reviews. That's why if they ever do it, it's only on PC, on Steam, because Steam has the whole beta program. If you are, if you get a press code, then there's this whole beta branch. You can opt into different beta builds, and so they do it that way. That's actually how I have reviewed an upcoming DLC for a game on Game Pass. That's not Doom. I don't think they give a shit. It's the Altar's last variable. I had to review it on Steam because, again, it's DLC. So, but that is one of like 5 things. Not even one of the ones I just did. There's too much coming.
There is so much coming. I've had it's been a weird week for me. Like, and it's just made me realize I want to go get something to show you guys because I can't believe how small this thing was. In fact, rattle on for a minute, and I am going to go get this because it will blow your minds.
Nick, talk about the cat.
I was so surprised. No? Yeah, you can talk about anything you like. Go on.
Nick, talk about yourself.
The cat is lying now way over there now. Hopefully she won't get in the way for the rest of the show. She's like way over there, which is good because, man, she was busting balls a second ago. and climbing trees and going nuts. So there's so many cats here. There are so many stray cats.
How has your overall trip been?
The overall trip has been okay.
Worth the cost? And it wasn't cheap overall.
I don't know. I'm not a big traveler. And being around everyone in such close proximity for such a long time, it can get a bit much.
Is it nice to have a break and come and do the show?
It's very late at night. Everyone's
Why?
going to bed
Peaceful.
if they're not already in bed.
You just
A couple of days ago, they all went out somewhere, and I stayed here by myself. And like cleaned up, tidied up, swam in this pool right behind me. Can you even see the pool that's behind me?
Yeah, we can see.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
At all? Yeah.
Yeah.
Swam in the pool behind me. Put some washing on, did some ironing, all that sort of good stuff. Worked out. There's a gym here. This place has a gym. So I worked out a little bit as well. It was good. It was good. Am I really blurry? Am I?
Yeah.
Yep, but you sound fine. The audio has been perfect, which is a more important thing.
So this turned up today out of the blue.
Okay.
Got to put it right in your mic. There you go. Yep. A little more right.
And I am stunned at how small this is. Are you ready for this? I could not believe this. I'm just going to open this up. I haven't turned this on yet. This literally just turned up. I'm going to check it out for a review. That's how small it is.
Yeah. It's just a little Android box in a camera.
I'm waiting for it to appear on camera for me. Oh, there it is. Yeah, wow. Look at that. That is small. Holy shit.
It's tiny. So it comes with 5 games.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have to subscribe yearly to get all the others.
They give you a subscription?
That ever gets renewed. There is no subscription in the box, to my knowledge.
Well, you should hit up the email.
I will ping them and be like, hey. So yeah, that's interesting, and I'm intrigued. I've also, and I'm going to try and do this justice because this is awesome. And I don't know, Jesse, if you can. I don't know if it's easy to give my camera more show space.
No, because of this stupid setup you did. I hate it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah, I don't want to make you feel bad, but your setup is a jerk.
Well, my setup's awesome. So I'm going to try and do this here.
Here, I'm going to make you tiny and less cut off.
It's fine.
Nope, too late. I already did it.
I got sent this for review. Now, you might think...
Everyone can see your entire camera now.
Okay, cool. So this is a laptop, right? Let me just... but check this out. This blows my mind. Cool. But wait a minute. What if I do this and do this and do this?
I think you described this one last week.
And then do that.
Dual screens.
It's a 2-screen laptop from Asus.
You described this one last week.
I've been using this today to work. It's called the Zephyrus Duo. Holy shit, is it genuinely an actual game changer? Battery life seems pretty decent so far. And it's OLED screens.
I'm covering your password.
Oh, I can't even put it in the right. Oh, I haven't turned the Bluetooth keyboard on. So this is the thing. If you connect it here, it disconnects the bottom screen, turns the screen off, keyboard comes to life, right? Or you can turn the keyboard on and have it be Bluetooth.
I once again didn't give your password away.
And
cover up next space.
And if you do that, it just immediately comes to life. There's 2 screens. How crazy is that?
Mm-hmm.
Still, I think that's really awesome.
That's cool.
You can expect a review of this at some point soon.
And people can ask, no, you never get to keep laptops.
It's very, very rare. Very rare.
Yeah. Because they have review units that when you send it back, they send it to someone else.
Correct. And it's worth saying that this is equipped with a 5090 RTX.
Yeah.
So it's 64 gig of RAM. So there's probably about $5,000 worth of gear there. I probably don't get to keep that as much as like genuinely.
Yeah, move your camera back.
Going back to any laptop ever.
That's the same amount of RAM that my 2021 MacBook has that I'm using right now.
Yeah, but I bet you that the RAM in this is
64
significantly faster.
Probably.
Yeah, because it's newer.
But it's the same cost because of Apple's markup back then.
Yes. In terms of video games, so I've got that hardware. I'm also reviewing a Creative Stage Pro soundbar with a decent subwoofer. I've been using that for like the last month or so. You can expect a written review on that next week.
You're going to do your chair at some point in the future? Your Xbox Era chair?
They missed the boat about the chair.
Yeah,
they didn't reply to me for a year and a half, and they were like, "Sorry, we lost your details." I've got a Revo Sim steering wheel down there, which I've got to try and do something on over the next month. And they emailed me yesterday, and they were like, "Hey, do you want us to send the clutch, the gear stick, I'm like,
Cat drive
maybe. Yeah, I suppose I could learn. So there's all that. I've put in about 35 hours into something that I can't talk about, but I'm very looking forward to being able to talk about it.
You can say you have it on Monday.
Point
it's always nice.
Soon. I know. I can say I have it on Monday. And I've also been playing a bunch of the games that I got very excited about when I tested them during Steam Next Fest. A couple of them have come in. I'm going to talk about one because I don't think they'll care that I'm playing Pathogenic because it's only coming to PC. And honestly, I've been playing it all day. I think they've got something pretty cool here.
They immediately DMCA'd us.
Experience. Who immediately DMs? What the developers of Pathogenic?
Yeah, they're on the ball.
I hope that game gets a console port. I'll put it that way. It would be right up your alley, Nick.
Yeah, I'll play it on
stream.
stream.
Very clever. You play as a little virus who is trying to overtake the human body by consistently upgrading your cell into a more powerful version of yourself. So it's got some, it's roguelite. So it's got some meta progression that you get every time you die. You unlock stuff. And if you do different challenges, you'll unlock different cells and organisms, like from things like a nanobot to an amoeba to a typical cell to a more like digestive cell. And they all have different like perks and things. It is super, super clever. And I'm impressed by what that team has put together because I think it's really smart. But yeah, I've yet to complete a run and I've put in about 7 hours so far.
Skill issue.
Really?
Well, yeah. So like I've been playing it on the hardest difficulty, and weirdly, the difficulty levels are easiest, easy, and normal. There's no hard. So I've been playing it on normal, and I've made it to the one before the last, like I presume the final boss. So the last run I did today was bonked it right down to easiest just to see, and it's too easy. Like it's Nick levels of I'll play that. It's too easy, and I'm gonna switch it back up to normal again and just earn my victory because it's really well made. And then the other game that I've been playing that I can talk about quite openly and freely and all of that jazz is Mecha Chameleon, the super viral hit from Steam, and there is a members only video that people can go and watch now of some gameplay with me and my IRL friends playing. And it is just a compilation of gameplay and conversation.
A lot of really racist jokes in that gameplay.
Yeah, so bad. so bad. It's a really, really neat game. If you have a PC for the cost of $5 or whatever it is, like
dollary doos.
Have you seen it, Nick? Have you seen like the premise behind this one?
I'm trying to bring the video up. Give me a moment.
You haven't seen a thing of what this is. So Prop Hunt, the game.
Prop Hunt.
Yeah, the mode in like things like COD and. Okay, so there is a mode in some first-person shooters where the game will give you control of like a prop, a level piece of prop, like a barrel or an air conditioning unit or a rug or whatever, and you have to hide in the level and pretend you are part of the scenery, and the people have to hunt and find you. It's basically hide and seek, right? And in this game, it's the same premise, but you are a plain white figure, and you have to paint yourself with camouflage into the scene. So you'll see if you're looking at the footage right now on YouTube, I have disguised myself in that painting by sampling the colors and posing in the painting and then painting over myself.
Yeah,
and it is super, super addictive and funny to get away with it. And the way you win is by hiding in plain sight. So if you tuck yourself in a little corner where you won't ever be seen, you're not going to earn any points.
Yeah, I guess when you were painting yourself.
Is you've got to disguise yourself and be seen constantly, earning all those points, but no one actually knows it's you. It is really, really smart. And these developers, just two guys, have made something like $15 million each in revenue from this.
Really?
It's $6 and they've sold over 10 million now.
Holy crap. What's the name of it again?
It's called Mecha Chameleon. And it is janky and it is silly, but you can see me painting myself here as I'm like trying to emulate the art and disguise myself. Yeah. And it's just very clever. And there's some really silly stuff that you can do. And you're constantly whistling to kind of alert players and teasing them to your presence. And yeah, just finding people is really hard. It's harder than you think. And then
you can't zoom in as the hunter. Like you're giant and you can't get all the way up to the walls like the tiny little hiders can. It's hide and seek.
Yeah, it's very clever.
Yeah. Okay.
But it's worth a play. If you have a PC, I would love to do a community night with this. It can support up to 24 players. It is very funny. There's a Halo 2 map. Someone put Sanctuary in this. If you go towards the end of the video, you'll find Halo 2 Sanctuary. So we were running around the OG Sanctuary map with these little stick figures trying to paint ourselves and hide. It is very silly, very fun. Well worth it for $6. Go get it. Go get that game. Go make them a millionaire. And with that, we have a super chat from the lovely Tiberius Monk.
Yep, Tiberius Monk. Hello, John, Jesse, and Nick. It's a depressing week for video games, but a great time to watch Day One. Shout out to Pumpkin. Hope all is well with him.
Her, but yes,
I knew you'd do it. You jerk.
Yeah, it is a her. But yeah, she is
Cats
good.
don't
She
care.
is well. You don't care, do you, darling? No, she doesn't care. Yeah, that's about all I've been playing, really, that I can talk about openly and freely. So I guess that's it. We should just wrap this up. Nick, thanks for joining us. It's been a pleasure. Let go Jesse go and enjoy his
what news is that?
Come on.
Oh God, yeah, I forgot.
I could hear it in the background.
The market leader in the video game console space killed physical media this week. I suppose we should talk about that. Yes, let's get serious. It's the news. In a surprise blog post announcement, PlayStation hit their fans with not one, but two announcements. The first being, and they tried this previously, that they are closing the PlayStation 3 and PS Vita stores. They tried this, I think, back in like 2021, 2022.
Yeah.
And everyone went, no. And they went, oh, okay, we won't. And now this time they're doing it. And then alongside that,
they did give an extra 5 years. They gave an extra 5 or 6 years. That's pretty good.
It's fair. But alongside that, they snuck in another little cheeky blog post. And I think this is the first time I've seen excessive negative reaction to Sony, like consistently, persistently, in quite some time. Because
almost
like in memory, like you could go back to when PSN was down. I think was the last time they were copying
the 2012 PSN hack was really big, and a lot of people forget about it. But there's been other things when they tried to shut down the PS3 and Vita before. It was very, very loud. So it's been a few years, and this is one of the ones where there's no defense. Like there are people who are like, I understand why this is happening, but I hate it, and that's as far as it goes, and not, no, this is good in some way. It's just people mad.
Yes, everyone is very, very angry with this. Because, Sony have announced that as of January 2028, they're ceasing production of physical video games for PlayStation 5 and presumably anything
for any
in PlayStation
new game.
6.
So if you have an old game, you'll have a grace period of being able to reprint them, but any new game would not get it. And I imagine people are like, oh, this means there's no PS6 until 2028. But I don't think it matters. I think it's just they're just never going to have PS6 discs.
It's new games that release from 2028 onwards.
Yeah, and I think in general, that'll be for PS5. But in general, I doubt there's ever any PS6 discs with the way this is.
Yep.
Latency's gone up.
Hold on.
Yeah,
I know.
How are you feeling about it, Nick? What are Nick's thoughts?
Hold on. Let me try get back onto better internet.
Yeah.
What did you do? Did you adjust it?
Don't go on cellular. As someone who was on cellular, don't go on cellular.
He can't help himself.
Yeah. And Jez talked about the Xbox side of this, where, as far as he knew, his information, which was older than Tom Warren's, had been that there was no plan for Helix to have a disk drive. But then Tom put in part of his report that it's still up in the air. And then Jez looked into it more and said it's being considered and figured out because it could be an easy win.
Microsoft has such a almost 2013 level layup here. It almost 2013 level. I think not quite because they are where they are and Sony are where they are. But man, I don't know. I pissed a lot of people off on Twitter, including Mr. Linneman from.
You really
Digital
upset
Foundry.
John Linneman. Like, he unfollowed you.
He got extremely emotional.
You treated him like a cat.
The thing is, like, I get what you were saying with that tweet. Like, you weren't.
Yeah, like
you weren't mocking people. You were pointing out the.
No. Like, I probably shouldn't have used the word faux because that indicates that their anger is fake. I wasn't trying to say their anger is fake. What I was trying to say was that I just don't think anyone is actually going to have the balls to follow through on, like,
boycotting,
not buying a PlayStation 6. Yeah, I just don't think anyone's actually going to follow through with it.
It's like that infamous Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Don't buy it, and then the screenshot and everyone's fucking buying it. I do wonder, though, like, you talk about this being a layup for Microsoft, and it does beg the question, if I was Microsoft right now, if I was in charge and I was sitting there looking at the costs, because obviously it's going to be a saving. That's why they can do it. But Microsoft, they could just announce it, like, even they don't even say anything right now. They could just announce a year from now that, hey, we will continue to support physical media, because there's so much to unpack here with PlayStation doing this. The knock-on effect on retail stores, brick and mortar shops, and things like that. Right? You've got the knock-on effect on rental businesses that is their bread and butter, especially with PlayStation being the market leader. You've got the knock-on effect on collectors. You've got the knock-on effect on the used market, where, like, one of my core memories of my childhood was always like, in your early teens, 20s, when money was tight and you would, what 3 games can I trade in to kind of get the price down to like 20 quid for the new game that I want? And that was part of life. And all of that going away forever, that's something Microsoft could genuinely take advantage of and be like, actually, we're gonna support physical media and we're gonna do this. The question is, will they? And I doubt it, because
I don't think they're smart enough, personally.
Well, I think that I think everyone is surprised that this isn't a Microsoft blog. Like, they tried this in 2013.
Very much so.
Well, it was part of what Jez was talking about yesterday on Xbox 2 was, like, the whole positron disc to digital thing was poorly explained in 2013, where this was supposedly always the system, where it was every disc has a unique identifier, and you can just hand it to someone and they can use it and they get the digital code. but they didn't explain that correctly because if you talk to media back then, every person they talked to within Microsoft had a different idea of what was happening. So they still have all those unique identifiers on most disks. There's supposedly a few runs that don't have them, which is why the whole report from Tom Warren on Positron was like most disks would work. So that they have the tech there, and even if it is supporting it through having a proprietary USB or some connection Blu-ray disc reader that they sell, there's no way it comes with it by default. At the most, it would be an add-on peripheral. And who knows what it could also be a $200 add-on peripheral if you're not making them in mass quantities. Like, you never know. Because even the PlayStation one's $90, I think. 90 to 100 for the one that slots in that I'm... Yeah.
But like, even now, like even right now, PlayStation... I mean, this is just PlayStation abusing their position as market leader because... Like, and I think what your tweet that John Lindemann got kind of pissed off with was kind of like Sony is like, what are you going to do about it? You're going to play somewhere else? You guys going to buy an Xbox? Come on. That is...
And that's what I mean. I think that's why so many people are so upset. It's because deep down, this company that they've been like fucking... Like, you got to remember... We are where we are right now. Like, Xbox is in the position they're in right now, and Sony is where they are, all because of that fucking Shuhei video of him handing the disc to Adam Boyes. Like, we're here now because of that video. So, and all these people, including people like John, are like, yeah, fucking yeah, how good's that video? How fun is that video? And now Sony's like,
jog on.
We got you right where we want you now. And I just think that's partially where the anger and the emotion is coming from. The fact that Sony's just like laughed in their face in a way. But I will say one thing about this whole situation. Hopefully you guys can still hear me okay.
You have not. Your audio never breaks up.
One thing that I've learned in all of this, and this is stuff that I genuinely didn't know and hadn't actually thought about. So I didn't know that Sony prints every single disc for their platform. I did not know that. I didn't know they manufacture every disc. And Microsoft does theirs through third parties, 2 third parties, one in the US and one somewhere else.
He almost had a dance party.
Shit.
Matt, I'm sorry, Matt the Rat with a $50 tip, so I'm going to jump through next, sorry. Blessings of the Rat upon the DayOne crew. May your wisdom never yield and fridge always be plentiful with a bounty of cheese.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Thanks. You also can have us eat. You can have us eat beans if you want. They're only $20 now. And Nick has to drink pool water.
I didn't bring the beans with me.
Getting through airports with food is hard.
But yeah, like once I found out that Sony actually manufactures all those discs, I'm actually shocked they didn't do this earlier.
Well, like, it is a sizable audience. Like it's not a small. While it's a small percentage, it's still like $1 billion part of their business. The main thing for this, and I think the reason they announced it so far ahead of time, is because they've started transitioning their the place that was printing them in Australia, I think it was, has started. Oh no, sorry, Thailand, and I think it's Southeast Asia. They've started transitioning to like optical micro lenses, so that they're ready to do something else once this business pretty much folds up in 2028. So a lot of people are like, oh, maybe they'll turn their back on it. It's like, man, no, they're years in the works of transitioning away from this.
It's not changing.
No, I don't think it's going to change either. They're already repurposing the factory. And I just think, again, like I can't believe how many people were calling me a bootlicker for PlayStation on Twitter. But there had to obviously be a business decision behind it. Like Sony must have looked at how much money they make, how much they're going to save by not producing discs anymore, and figured out that that's going to far outweigh the handful of people that might actually leave them.
Well, the main reason for it would be because they don't allow third-party reselling of digital codes. You can only buy codes from them on the PlayStation Store.
I know.
Yeah,
but that's like that now.
Well, yeah, and so in the future, you literally now have zero. They have no competition for price. It's only ever them and their publishers setting it. They won't. Yeah. There will be no physical discs to go for cheaper. So they are in effectively a monopoly of their digital store in a way that the other platforms are not. Because that's like one of the main benefits of Steam is their codes are available a hell of a lot cheaper off of Steam often, which is, I think, a big way they get around ever having concerns about like government bodies and stuff.
Yeah, and same for Microsoft, right? You've got the ability to buy digital games direct from other retailers, discounted down, and Sony tightly control all that and do not support that in the way that the other platforms do. Does Nintendo let you buy digital?
Yeah,
game
you can buy their games on like Amazon and stuff. Yeah.
So, yeah, like that, and that one element of like, and I know that people will always say, look, we were Xbox era, so yes, Xbox is our preferred console platform. None of us deny that.
It is.
But there was also a kind of some reasons, it wasn't just madness. It was that the ecosystem actually is genuinely great if you're in it. And I think that there's so many people in this space do not mainline that platform. They're kind of oblivious to kind of like the extra niceties that just exist that we don't get charged for, that just come with it because this is how it operates. And I wonder if like more of that is going to start to sort of come to light, like over the coming weeks, months, years. And yeah, like you said, I think Microsoft has an opportunity to kind of really underline some of these very consumer-friendly policies.
It turned into, remember everyone making fun of smart delivery before the generation start, to just not talking about it, because it is a legit better system. And the way your cloud saves are always just there. They just, I don't, like, I have to, if I don't want to lose my shit, I have to have PS Plus and upload it to the cloud. I have to glom off of Nick's Nintendo Switch Online. Neither of those online systems is very good. Now, Nintendo doesn't charge much, but like even PlayStation, they just upped it. Like globally, the PS Plus is more expensive for you than relative tiers of Game Pass now. Like they just keep going up. And as who was it? Jack G. Nimble, Sony CFO specifically said with a $5 super chat, not to us, Jack. Said their main strategy is further monetizing their current users, not creating value, just taking advantage of their fans. Which is, that like they are focused on margins and squeezing. And there were talks of PS Plus going up again. Like every sub goes up. But even though they just did the $1 increase on every tier in America and even more than that in other territories, like having them have the full squeeze of everything being digital controlled by them would be a very bad thing for their platform, for the customers. It would be amazing for them for making money.
Yeah. Yeah, it's I don't think it's gone down very well. I'll put it that way. Like I don't think, I made a joke tweet where I referenced Eurogamer's pretty viral Microsoft kills game ownership and expects us to smile. And indeed, Eurogamer themselves did it. And instead, they changed it to Sony kills game ownership. And it's all your fault was their headline. Because that is effectively like, hey, consumer trends. This is where the market's going. We're just going to adapt to what people want. Yada, yada, yada. And there's some truth in that. Like, I haven't bought a physical disc since 2014 with
Titanfall.
That's it.
Titanfall was my last disc.
Because... like, yeah, I personally, I don't give a shit about physical media. I'm not a collector. I'm quite happy. I consider them being on my hard drive to being the same as being on a disk or a different virtual storage device, whatever, somewhere else. Now, I get that there's a big difference there. Like if it gets delisted, it's gone forever. But it's very, very rare for me to go back and play a ton of old games. The nostalgia usually doesn't hold up for me most of the time.
Which is where physical would be better, because you could just sell them when you're done.
Yeah, exactly right. So, like, but I empathise with the people that are genuinely upset about this, because the knock-on effect across tons of smaller companies and industries is huge.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think we're going to fully understand how big that is.
Well,
I do empathise. I don't know, like, I know we sort of half joke about the Xbox tax and all that sort of stuff, but hasn't it been funny to see certain outlets that, you know, PlayStation announce a borderline industry-shaking, you know, they make an industry-shaking announcement that they're getting rid of discs, and yet we'll have, like, Chris Dring writing, like, 16 articles shitting on Xbox. I'm like,
it was one long article with a couple of things that might have been wrong.
Like, and then all of a sudden people started digging into his LinkedIn to find that he was sponsored by Sony.
I know. People go over the top.
I think that side of things is just the Twitter console war nonsense going too far. Like, any company that puts on events has sponsors. Microsoft sponsors stuff. Xbox sponsors stuff. Loads of them do it. Like, if we were to do an Idea Xbox show, you know, people would immediately be like, "Oh, you're sponsored by Microsoft." You know, like,
yeah. Well,
what if we just
were
wanted
Xbox
to show
era, and we don't hide the fact that we prefer Xbox. That's the difference.
But yeah, it's
like,
it's. I think that's probably going a little too far, and like I empathize. I empathize with Chris, because the amount of scuttlebutt and rumor mill and stuff going around, it must be difficult to kind of pass what's true and what's not true.
Well, that's where you see the difference with people who will do this is reporting versus, like, I didn't like that in both his and in Dean Takahashi's things. It was just sort of slipped in there. It wasn't like, I am reporting this. It is, I'm adding this in under the radar.
So it's and I might be wrong, but this is a pretty known tactic. Like, lots of writers about video games do this sort of thing. In an op-ed, they will sneak in a little bit of info that will make people then, from other websites, then write about it.
But even then,
it's to their op-ed. And so on.
And I'm hearing this, like Jez will say, and I've also heard this, not just, here's a list of what everyone's talking about, and then just add another one without saying anything else. That was what I didn't like.
Well, he did, but then he also had an entire paragraph that talked about, like, how weird that is, considering how many games they delivered, like, specifically on Obsidian. And to be fair, Jeff Grubb has since come out and said, like, hey, like, you know, it definitely was in discussion at some point. It's just not anymore. And the way that Xbox is kind of making decisions right now is very much in startup mode, and is very quick, very haphazard, and it's a bit all over the place. So, see, I always get annoyed that we don't get the.
Well, it's only $3.43. You got to spend the $11.70 and get more. Spartan P451 with a sorry for the interruption. Just love the sound. We also had a couple of analog AI super chats.
Analog AI?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, non-digital super chat, and I'm not buying physical, but from now 2 times more.
Yeah. We also have a quick resume podcast with a $1.99 super chat saying, Nick, podcast from inside the pool, you coward.
I was going to. I was so going to. I was this close. Because even my wife was like, why don't you do it like from the pool? Like have the laptop on the side. And I'm like, oh, it's tempting. It's
you just drop that microphone one time and that's it, though.
I'll tell you what, at the end of the show, yeah, take off your headset and you put your mic down and then just jump in so we can all have a good laugh. Just do a cannonball at the end of the show.
Doesn't
No.
He's got jeans
I've been at
and
the beach all day.
Yeah. He's not going to do it.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I've been at the beach all day. I've already had a shower. I had a shower just for this show.
You smell great.
You smell great.
Yeah, I know. I really do. But what was I going to say now? I was going to say something. I do find it interesting that we haven't learned from 2013 when we were so quick to react before giving anyone a chance to really say anything. Like, no, everyone has just instantly flipped their shit. What if Sony has a plan for digital sharing? What if Sony has a plan for your physical library? We don't know what that is yet. And everyone on Twitter is like, yeah, but they should have said something now. It's like, yeah, but they're not going to reveal those plans before they reveal the actual PlayStation 6.
I think because people just don't trust that they would. Because you still, I don't think you can even like gift digital games on there yet. Like their store is incredibly basic.
You can't.
Oh, there it is.
You can't, but... Oh, Marty's coming for us.
I think I pulled this from Halo Infinite. Spartan P451 said, sounds like a dare with the 1170.
Thanks, fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get what you mean, Nick. I think that's a fair comment to make. You know, like they could have a plan.
Yep.
But again, like there's also business obligations. Like they have to inform the people that manufacture the discs. They have to inform all the publishing partners.
Yeah.
I think we saw a piece come out from Stephen Tortillo over at GameFile that had a little bit extra about how, you know, hey, if you've got a disc printed and it's been submitted before the cutoff date, you can reorder some, like regardless or something to that
like
effect.
it felt like you'll have a grace period where you can reorder more. But this is also why they would announce it in a blog post, because the moment you send those emails out, it's going to leak. That's why, for people wondering why say it now, it's because they're making the moves and telling people about it now, well ahead of time for late next year's launch.
Yes, and I think part of it was to give themselves time to work out and tweak their plans. I also think they half hoped that Rockstar had taken enough of the heat with GTA 6.
They're probably begging for
not
trailer
having
3.
a physical edition. Yeah. I suspect that they probably thought Rockstar would have copped most of the heat and thought, well, let's get in because we're doing the same as Rockstar.
Even though
everyone
Rockstar
loves
is
Rockstar and everyone loves us. They're not going to care.
And people are like, well, won't the big publishers be mad? And like, nah, man, the big publishers hate the reselling market. It's a market that's always existed that they don't make any money from. It's always been frustrating as hell for them from the evil business. Like, hey, this is our thing. You bought a license. That license shouldn't be transferable. Is essentially how they have always looked at it. So Sony going this way, the big guys won't care. They'll be happy because now they only get full sales every time.
And the shareholders are very happy. The stock price went up after they announced this.
All of that lovely money coming in.
Yeah, man.
You know, I wonder how it's all going to shake out. Like, people have always jokingly used the phrase "arrogant Sony," right? Like,
not really joking.
Over the years, the return of arrogant Sony.
Yeah.
I think this is just like, again, I don't care. I genuinely do not give two shits. I can empathize with people
I've got a
all day
digital
long.
PlayStation 5. My PlayStation 5 is a digital one.
I think.
All of ours are.
My PS is a digital. So, like, I don't care. I'm never going to buy discs. It's not my thing. No offense to people. But I totally get why it would be a source of upset.
Consternation.
Yeah. So...
I do. My thing is, as I said earlier, I just hope there's follow through. Like, I just don't want to see... I just don't want to see this sort of fart in the wind, bitching and moaning that goes nowhere. Because I still have this feeling that the second Sony reveals the DualSense 2 that massages their testicles as they play and all this sort of shit, they will all be there day one being like, oh my God, me or the PS6, and all the memes are going to fucking come back and all of that bullshit. And they'll all be lining up. Like, I'm going to start bookmarking tweets. I've already started with a couple. and I'm just bookmarking tweets to wait for when they have the photos of themselves holding the PS6 day one. I'll be
It's
like,
milking my prostate. I love it.
that's why I called it hollow. Like, I want to see some follow through. I'd like to see some follow through personally. You won't see it from me. I'll be there day one getting my PlayStation Portable handheld PS6. Like, I'll be there, but I'd like to see you guys actually follow through.
Yeah. I do, but like you said at the beginning of the show, like, it is an opportunity for Microsoft to, I don't know, win. Like, again, and this kind of all comes back to Microsoft, you know, in typical Microsoft corporate fashion, not really getting the video game space, the creativity of the video game space in the right ways. And I'm talking from a corporate level. I'm not talking about individual studios, but like just with like making certain things or making certain decisions, coming out in a year and a half's time or whenever they want to show, reveal, decide upon what Project Helix is and saying, oh, and it will, you know, just that moment on stage, and it will support physical games.
And the name is Project Heal Disc.
Yeah. And you know what the funny thing is? Like, I've seen so many arguments back and forth on Twitter about, you know, to those of you saying, well, PC's all digital, yeah, but PC has multiple storefronts and competition. It's like, so hold on a second. That means you fucks should be all in on Helix, shouldn't you? Multiple storefronts, which means competition and all those things that you want. Shouldn't you be all in on Helix?
No, they won't be.
Just a bunch of fucking hypocrites.
I still have so many questions about how Microsoft is going to make any of this work.
Well, the way they're talking, I don't think the old plan
I
is.
reckon they might change their minds.
Well, when they were talking about affordability of the console and exclusives mattering, like I think eventually, there's some guy who's just been posting nonstop on one of the worst subreddits, Gaming Leaks and Rumors, and he said his newest thing today was they're offering $1.5 million on Game Pass deals, but they require a year of exclusivity, which is the exact opposite of what they used to be. That's the type of thing they could change, not giving him any credence, but like if they did really focus again on having a lot of console exclusives. But the issue is, much like Valve said with the Steam machine, if it has other storefronts on it that are easily accessible at all, we can't subsidize it heavily.
Yeah.
So like, could they have it where it's like you have to? I think Jez was saying like maybe you have to buy a Windows license and you got to spend the $150 to unlock the Windows side of it, and that would be the difference that they're, you know. So they're not just handing the hardware away.
You buy it off the shelf, and it comes locked to, you know, Microsoft Store, the Xbox Store.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it can play PC games from the Microsoft Store,
or maybe with their
games.
With Epic and with GOG, they can work out revenue sharing, because it's never going to happen with Steam. But maybe with the others, they could.
Steam's a different kettle of fish, isn't it? And yeah, that is the question.
I have a feeling they're going to change. I have a feeling they're going to change tact on Helix. I reckon.
Well, they literally said they're rethinking everything about it. So I agree.
Yeah, I reckon they're going to just and maybe they will. I hope they put a disk drive, or at least sell an optional disk drive at the very least.
Yeah.
Because with that program you were talking about earlier that Jez mentioned, you would need a disk drive for that.
Mm-hmm.
So the assumption is they might have one.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because they're not going to, but now they're at least looking at it as a possibility. Not likely, not unlikely.
Mm-hmm.
Literally just doing what they're doing with everything else and looking at it was what he said. But like the actual setup they had for Xbox One would have been so much better than what we have now. The unfortunate reality.
Yeah.
Oh, what might have been.
Well, and it's funny, Kids Move
2013.
says, what if your existing Microsoft account has those licenses already? My existing account has 9 licenses. Like, I have 9 Windows licenses on my account from reviewing Windows products.
Yeah, I've probably got quite a few actually as well.
Mm-hmm.
Now I think of it. We just don't know.
I still wish they stuck to their guns, man. 2013. I was there for the original
There's no
Xbox One
point-
division. I don't give a fuck how much people hate me for it.
Thank you, Red Odyssey Live, for resubscribing on Twitch, the Twitch Prime. If you have Amazon Prime, you get a Twitch Prime every month. You can hand us $6. They've gone up $1 in price. all you got to do is go to twitch.tv/play DayOne. You click that little button every month. We get some money, and you don't have to spend anything extra. And you
That's
get no
nice.
commercials. No commercials on the channel for a month.
Man, though. I will say one thing about this topic. It has people coming for you fucking hard on Twitter. If you're not on their side, they come for you fucking
We haven't even said it, John. We had a major Twitter milestone. Yay!
Oh, God, yeah. The DayOne
yeah.
account now has 200,000 followers.
Real
on Twitter.
live human followers.
Real
Awesome.
people.
all of them. None of them are porn bots at all.
Not a single one.
No,
It's so
none
weird.
of them.
It's so weird.
Yeah, I saw someone post this fucking full-blown unhinged rant about how Sony's going to have a monopoly on their digital store. Sony can revoke your digital licenses after this, blah, blah. And I'm like, they can do all that now. Like, they have a monopoly on their digital store right now. They can revoke your license right now. They can turn your disc into a coaster for you on your account or console right now. Like, what? You should be concerned about this stuff now. Don't wait for 2028. Like, why? Be worried now. Like, I don't know. Just so much of it seems, I don't know. It's weird.
It is. I think genuinely, like, and I mean this. I think there is very much a case of that. There's a lot of people that don't know that some of the ways that Sony do things on the PlayStation platform aren't the way they're done everywhere else, and they're like they just don't know any better.
No.
So
Well, that's why people are like, well, why don't people just leave Xbox? And it's like, well, not only do I have a library there, but I have everything. And far and away, my favorite thing to use that just works the most is that one that's right over there with the Starfield wrap on it. Like it just works is real. It's like a legitimate, actual thing. It really does just work in comparison to everything else.
I do think that there's an opportunity for Microsoft to innovate a little more. I see it's the best way I can think of it. Like, and it's one thing I like when I first got the PS5. I don't love the menu and the way the UI works. But it does.
Oh, shit.
Oh, good Lord.
Spartan P451. Cheap beans! Exclamation point. And it's John's fault, so
God.
he gets to go.
Yeah, I'll eat
Down
a
from
bean.
50 to
Sorry,
20.
I don't have beans here.
And yeah, Matt the Rat, if you would like both of us to eat a bean, you can just let me know. You paid for 2.
Please be peach. Oh, it's peach.
I actually thought about bringing my beans. I actually thought about bringing them, but wasn't
Wow.
sure what would happen with customs.
Yeah, it's a pain. In food is always dangerous.
Yeah. This is a tasty treat. Thanks very much, Spartan. Appreciate you. Yeah, like when I say like the UI, I don't think it's great to use, but obviously I acknowledge I'm coming from years of Xbox One, Xbox Series console UI knowledge and muscle
PS4
memory.
was a lot better. Like I don't think you're in the minority of being like, I'm not a huge fan. Like the PS3 was pretty good, like pretty great. PS4, pretty good, not bad at all. PS5 is busy work and focused more on looks and feels than...
It feels and it looks the part. You know what I mean?
Like the HDR is very nice, but it still drives me nuts that when you start a game, it still flashes and is off for a few seconds. It's like, it's already HDR. Why are you doing... God damn it.
It's just one of those things.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's opportunity for Microsoft to kind of rethink and recapture, like put a bit of heart into it and not make it feel so totalitarian. Do you know what I mean? Like it's great in that it's like a utility. It's just a user interface for getting things done, and we do all of the things and they work very well. Thank you. Great. But can you make it feel a little more fun? Do you know what I mean? Like, just make it feel fun.
even a little smoother. Just just have that.
They had talked about that, right?
Smoothness to it.
Like both Windows and Xbox were way too internet heavy, and they have talked about trying to lower that. Like the search bar can actually, Windows search can actually be good for finding things on your computer now. In the Insider build, doesn't go for Bing, doesn't go like for internet searches. It just searches your computer. It's a crazy idea that people yelled at them for a decade to do. But the less bouncing back to servers for the most basic shit, the better. I really hope they do that.
Yep.
But yeah,
it's going to be interesting to see how this pans out.
Yes, I know we touched on it briefly, but obviously we've had reporting on this disc to digital feature set come out on the Xbox side previously. I think Jez referred to it as Project Positron or something like that. Tom Warren shared a new report earlier this week that detailed a little bit more about what Microsoft are up to, and that it's actually in testing internally at Microsoft at the moment. And then, you can just insert a compatible disc, install, play the game. Requires a Microsoft account, and it will grant a digital entitlement for the physical game. But it's tied to that specific disc, so if you move it, lend it to someone, it will give that.
And Jess said yesterday that was always what Xbox One was, or at least intimated that, and that their messaging was so bad in 2013 that people thought their disc turned into a useless coaster that could only be traded in. But it was always supposedly
I don't
this.
know why they thought that.
Yeah, it was always this. Which would have made the entire PS3 "this is how you share a game" thing pointless because you could just. But who knows?
Man. But yeah, like Tom
believe we're
said
back
in his
there
report,
again.
we have Jez saying that it won't have a disk drive
But
for
then
Project Helix.
and then on XB2 yesterday, he did say his information was older, and he's now heard that they're looking into it.
Yeah, because
Yes,
Tom says
I
that it
was
hasn't been
told-
decided.
Yeah, I was told last year, and this is obviously well before Asher got there. I was told last year, the next Xbox ain't going to have a disk drive. That was like September last year. But now Asher has obviously come in like a whirlwind and is changing a lot of things, rethinking a lot of things. I think there's even been reports that now Blade probably will be exclusive. Again, I had heard Blade was going to be exclusive prior to the famous business update. I think then it was going to go multi. Now they're rethinking that as well.
We'll probably end up getting Twitter polls for everything.
Rumors.
Should Blade be exclusive? Should we have a disk drive?
Ugh, like
Should we fire these people?
man. I mean, I hope Blade comes out. Frankly, like this is
I've
all
heard
up
it's
in the
looking good. My
Well,
info is that it's looking good.
What's his face? Todd Howard said it's looking great. But then the next thing we know, and we saw today, it came out, and apparently it's been in place for a while, according to Jason Schreier. Jerk Gustafsson, yeah, I think I'm saying that right, who is the co-founder, studio director over at Machine Games, was one of the directors on Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. He's now leading up Arcane as president. And the previous president is out, but the paperwork only got filed or found today, but it said as of June 30th. So although he might have been in earlier this year or last year, I don't know. But it suggests that there's something's going on there. Is this Machine Games and Arcane kind of coming together as teams? Is this shared learning? Is this...
Wouldn't be the worst thing.
It wouldn't. I just, I want to see Blade come to life. I'm hoping that whatever has been decided, because like people saying, oh, maybe it get cancelled, but like, isn't there a contractual obligation to Disney in some form here when you do this stuff?
That's probably more revenue share than anything else, if I had to guess.
Yeah, I suppose.
Well, also part of it was people being reportedly people within Xbox or Microsoft being annoyed that they have to spend so much money and send it all to Disney to reinvigorate their IP, because like they had to give a bunch of money for Indiana Jones, a pretty dead franchise, and it's like there's no Blade movie or anything coming now, and yet we've still got to give you all this money to reinvigorate interest in your character, though he is also coming to Marvel Rivals. And I don't think I put it in there, but did you see the size? There are definitely dicks in Marvel Rivals. Because Captain America's got a hog.
Captain America.
I'm gonna bring up a
He's
picture.
got a
It's huge.
He's got a fucking.
I mean, it is Independence
pet
Day.
iguana.
I have a picture. It's for headlines. To have something fun. I wrote Captain America has enormous word in Marvel Rivals. It is very big. Come on. There we go.
Huge.
Oh, yeah. There, for people watching, this is straight from Marvel Rivals for their summer outfit collection. There's nothing edited about this. It's just in the store on the game.
Oh my
It's
god!
massive.
Like,
It's huge.
in case you thought I was making it up, I am
He is equipped
definitely
for
not.
battle, all right.
Ah,
Yep.
Jesus Christ!
Like,
I mean, at least that's
it's like
fair.
a hammer.
You know, like that's fair. If they're making all of the ladies,
it's a
have,
Gooner game. It's fine. Yeah.
You know, like
MJV. There's no way known they used me as a model for that, mate.
You got chicken legs.
Fucking no way.
Look at the
I
size
wish.
of his.
I wish.
wow, that is hilarious to me. Good God. Whew.
They
I
used
can't
me
believe
as the
that's
model
I had
of
to
the
bring that in.
inverted.
Marvel Rivals is the thing.
Wow. What else have we got going on? We've obviously got all the layoffs looming. According to reporting, we should start hearing things on July the 6th, which is Monday. We will find out the fate and the restructuring and just what this reset for Xbox is going to actually involve. I am curious if they're going to invite press to a heads up first before heads and studios start to roll. Do you know what I mean? And like try and get ahead of it. And you'll see articles come out from folks like Tom Warren and Jez and
Who Rosetta would call Microsoft PR mouthpieces because
I saw Tom go after one on Rosetta.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, "No, go on, say what you're going to say," and then he was like, "No, I'll get banned." He was like, "Wimp."
Yeah.
But like, I that's going to be a day. We don't know yet. How
I don't
it's
think
all gonna
anyone
shake
knows.
out.
That's what's been so annoying. Is like there's just so many rumors, but the actual legitimate people out there just won't really say much because who the hell knows outside of the very tippity top.
I don't think anyone really likes reporting on this stuff, and I don't mean like no one likes reporting on this stuff, but it can't be pleasant. Like for the folks at Obsidian, for example, when that story broke, and it turns out that it was incorrect. If you were working at Obsidian and you saw this suddenly going out, and you're like, "Are you fucking kidding me? Like last year was the year of Obsidian, Microsoft. What the fuck?" Like you would be freaking the fuck out. And it's that level of like,
That's what was so weird about Obsidian being mentioned.
yeah. Well, you know, again, we've had Jeff Grubb come out and say, "Oh no, well maybe."
But
you
even
know.
it's always vague. It's like
Yes.
we're mentioned or we're talking. I mentioned every single studio was looked at. Some might immediately be like, "Yeah, no, Infinity Ward, you're fine. Blizzard, you're fine for the most part." I mean, they're still going to have layoffs at almost everywhere, supposedly.
Yeah.
But on the closing, merging, spinning off front, there were ones, they looked at everyone, and there were ones that were immediately like, nah. Like Halo Studios was a nah. Instead, it's a how can we give them a lot more money to make these games better and faster? But they still were looked at.
Yep. But, like, with all the other studios, the excuse a lot of the hand wavers were making was, oh, well, these studios are taking ages to put out a game. They haven't pitched for their next game. It was the same with Bluepoint. They haven't pitched for their next game, this, that, the other. Obsidian has done nothing but pump out games.
Yeah.
Like, that's why
The
it made
problem-
no sense to me.
The problem
that they
is
did it.
that they haven't done great. Like Grounded 2 has, but outside of
It's an IDOS game.
outside of that, you know, so the question for Obsidian has to be, okay, you guys are capable of delivering quickly. So how do we elevate that to delivering quickly and, you know, doing the right thing? And the obvious answer is, well, one, go and make a Fallout. Like, sorry, Todd, you're working on Elder Scrolls 6. That's going to be a couple more years before it's in the can. We're a company. We have to get these products out because that's the point. Go and get these guys working on a Fallout game ASAP. Like, that makes sense. It just might not be what they want to do. And I think there's a big headbutt of the creative versus the realities of running a video game business where the whole point is to build a entertainment product that people want to buy. And it's the classic reason why we see studios like Arcane under threat and why we see Double Fine under threat is because while I, and maybe you out there listening, really loved Keeper and really liked Kiln and loved Psychonauts 2, we are the minority. And if that studio wants to live, it needs to start making things that everybody wants to play. Now, I think that's a sad way for video games to go. And I think the original strategy at Xbox to some degree was to let studios create, let creators create. And that's great and admirable and wonderful. But unfortunately, everything's gone to shit. And that strategy just doesn't seem to be working anymore.
Man
It's a bummer for me.
He said today, if that strategy was ever going to have a chance, it was what Microsoft was trying, and it didn't work.
Yeah, it didn't work. Because, you let creators create, but I think to a degree it also doesn't work when you are the least popular platform.
When they stopped pushing hardware, it was doomed.
Yeah. And now they've got to try a different strategy. So, again, I'm not defending any of this. I think this all sucks because I want creators to be able to create. I want quirky experiments. They're some of my favorite games. But I also understand if you put a business hat on, well, shit, it's great that you spent, I don't know, however many million.
7 years going to Iceland and scanning the entire thing and making a game I gave a 10, but it didn't get played. Like you can understand. People keep saying they seem to have no idea what they're doing, and I don't understand any of this. And it's like, it's not hard to understand from an actual business mindset.
Yeah.
We don't have to have that as fans. We can look at the art and love the art and want more of the art. I can look at Pentiment and be like, I take 20 more games like that than most gacha slop that keeps coming out and failing. But the gacha slop hits, it can make billions. Whereas Pentiment hits, it can't. Like, that's not the level for games like that. And so you understand the why, even if you absolutely hate it and don't want it to be reality.
Yeah. There's some good, and keep the questions coming in, chat. Like if people have a thought on this and the whole new creative strategy, but I'm going to call out this one I can see in the chat from 7-Eleven or Sevan11. I don't see why these studios supposedly on the chopping block can't go make spin-offs to Halo, Gears, etc. instead of being let go.
Yeah.
And it comes down, you're absolutely right, but it's like, okay, let's say we set you off on that course to do that. We've now got to fund that for another 3 years. And the current state of the business is we can't cut that check. And that's why these kinds of decisions get made. It sucks. But it is the reality of making big entertainment products. It's complicated and it's very expensive from a people perspective in particular.
Yeah, West Coast and US is rough.
Double Fine is in
San
LA
Fran,
or
I think.
California. Yeah, so that's super expensive to run. And I think there's 110 people at Double Fine now, I want to say. That's a lot. That's a lot of money. And when you think about the games that they make, I love so many Double Fine's games. But have they sold? That's the problem.
There's a lot of sound and music for 333 from Amargonaut. Have you seen the Versus Mode trailer for Virtua Fighter Crossroads, Nick?
Have I seen the what from Crossroads?
They've got a new Versus Mode trailer out. He was just wondering if you've seen it. And he wanted to give us some money.
I have not. I have not been keeping abreast.
And give us some baguettes. But yeah, that game looks interesting. And that's the thing. Even Sega is a part of all this where they're like, our critical numbers are the best they've ever been. And the games did not sell the way we wanted. Yep. They were like, we're going to go with creators and influencers. And people were like, what do they mean? They just mean marketing. Like traditional marketing doesn't work very well anymore for most releases. That's why.
That's why games media is dying as an outlet.
I will check out that trailer though.
When I sat and played Tomb Raider Legacy of Atlantis, they had me sitting off in a completely different area from all of the influencers with all their phones like set up on tripods to record their faces, and I'm like, what the fuck? Oh, you're press, so you get to sit on this big rig and be locked in with headphones. And I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, thanks. That's how I prefer to
They're
play
one of the
video
beautiful
games.
people out on the veranda that you could see, and they stuck
Yeah,
all
of
the
course.
game reviewer trolls in the back lot.
But like, it's a conundrum for this industry as a whole because it's not just Microsoft going through that. And there's always that phrase, you've got to spend money to make money, and Microsoft have spent an obscene amount. And I do agree with one part from Chris Jing's report, is it does feel a little like lots of other studios are being punished because a Call of Duty didn't quite land in the way that
Yep.
it needed to. And the management made some decisions
What's
that meant the revenue was down and blah, blah, blah.
The devil's advocate side of it is a lot of those studios would have been covered if it hadn't. So it's like
Yes.
you get covered if the numbers are great because Call of Duty kills it, but you will be exposed if it doesn't. And when both Call of Duty and Candy Crush lose a lot of money, things get looked at more tightly, and it sucks.
I wonder how, on a personal level, like Phil, who spearheaded bringing a lot of these studios on board, and under the hey, just do what you got to do, make the games you want to make. Like to see this kind of be unpicked now in such a brutal way. I wonder how he feels about it.
People say he has no feelings. He's an evil.
He's a robot.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
No, that was always also looked at as a potential problem where you don't run it without empathy, because business generally doesn't work with empathy. Just
Most
they're not
CEOs are
compatible.
psychopaths.
Yeah.
Well, most
They are.
psychopaths are CEOs. One of those. But it is a mess out there. And I'm very glad that we've got this little corner of the internet to chat to people and kind of have reasonable, sensible conversations. There's other things that occurred in the news this week. We had Shawn Layden pop up again and speak words, and
I actually didn't
games
disagree with
industry
him.
Covered them. He said that he thinks Sony's backing out of PC ports is a mistake, and he makes a salient point, and it's paraphrasing it here. It's effectively like if they didn't buy a PlayStation in the 18 months it took you to port your PC game over, your PlayStation game over to PC, they were never going to be a PlayStation customer. So they're not going to come now just because you.
A meow. And that was Forza Horizon 5 and Sea of Thieves on PlayStation. They're not system sellers if there's that many people who were just never going to buy a system for them. No, they could be system sellers to many others, but they're not going to be for everyone. So late ports, but then also they had a bunch of PC ports that were in rough shape because they were trying to do them sooner because they wanted bigger numbers. Like it always felt like a mess and nonstop pivoting. Which is also funny because like PlayStation has been pivoting their actual strategies nonstop as well. It's just they're so big as the third party console like of choice for most people that it gets overlooked.
Are you all right, Nick? You seem very distracted by this cat.
I am. This fucking cat, it's like she's woken up now and she's like all over the place here.
And speaking of more PlayStation news, in some extracts of conversation on the, a shareholder Q&A call type thingy, the new president of Sony, Nishino-san, talks a little bit about wanting to continue to pursue live service games, saying that it's important to continuously provide something. The genre is relatively new, and I think many people are trying various things, and we also want to continue to take on challenges within that context.
Because of we've talked about it a million times, a live service game hitting has a much higher ceiling than a similar cost non-live service game. Like the ceiling on what you can get on single player versus what you can get on multiplayer. Like it's very different, which is why they will keep trying.
Yep. And the
executives say what they need to say when they need to say it.
Their executives have been very open, and people just ignore it because it doesn't go with what they want to believe.
Yeah. He also teased a handheld, Nick. How do you feel about that? PlayStation
He's all in.
handheld.
Yeah, that's the one I'm getting. I will get the handheld. I won't get the home console.
you'll get the handheld.
Moore's Law is Dead said $300.
Switch has changed everything for me. God only knows.
Super chat.
Super chat from the lovely Kid
Cat
Smooth.
just bit me.
Yeah,
What
that-
are your thoughts on
Kid
Xbox
Smooth.
Play Anywhere program? I personally think it's improved greatly. Your thoughts?
They got only motion.
Yeah,
It has.
Yeah, like I actively ask, like, as someone with a great PC and a Xbox Ally X, and obviously my console, I actively always ask for, and I am disappointed if a game is not Xbox Play Anywhere, but it's happening less and less frequently. Like 007 First Light was Play Anywhere.
Control of Residence going to be. Onimusha is the Blooded Dawnwalker.
Yeah, I mean, every time it happens, I'm like, great. And, I've been playing something this week that is not, and it bugs me.
It does have cloud saves if you had a PC version.
I know, but I'm still like, God damn it. So yeah, like I think it's great. But the question is like, what is its future? Because it's always felt to me like a stopgap between whatever they're doing now and then when they flip that switch and they can move over to Project Helix, they can say to people who have this dual entitlement and maybe were used to playing their games that were rendering at 1640p, being upscaled to 4K with reconstruction techniques, blah blah blah. And, oh, don't worry, now when you load up Helix, it will pick up this version because you own both, and it will run it at this, and this. Like that feels like, like how back in the Xbox One days, we had more and more games doing this rendering ceiling, where it would upscale, lower the resolution if it needed to hit performance
Dynamic
targets.
resolution.
That's the phrase I was looking for. Thank you. And then when the series consoles hit, suddenly all of those games were just like, we are just at the
Lock
top of that
60.
capability.
1080p nonstop.
And that's what it feels like to me. It feels like that kind of like next step in like, okay, well, this is where we're going to go. But obviously with everything being rethought and with the Rampocalypse being so horrifically bad for all future decision making, I don't know how any of it's going to land at all. But I've been loving Play Anywhere. What about you guys? Any extra thoughts you'd want to add?
Play Anywhere is amazing. I love it. Especially when you have an Asus Republic of Gamers Xbox LAX Windows 11 handheld gaming PC.
You see the Ioneo Next 2 that just got announced,
No.
and the CEO the whole time was just like so sad. He's like, "We made something amazing because it does. It looks amazing. It's like the top tier ROG Strix Halo AMD hardware, but it starts at $3,200.
Good Lord.
Jesus.
Yeah, and it goes all the way up to $5,900 for like the top tier memory
my
and,
God.
and storage. Yeah, and that is the thing. If you have any interest in a handheld right now, both the Xbox Ally and the Ally X are far and away the best value deals. They are both expensive. They're not cheap, but relative to every other PC handheld, they are the best performance you get to dollar.
You can get the standard Asus Republic of Gamers Xbox Ally Windows 11 handheld gaming PC with Morse code. You can get it for like $350 right now, which is genuinely a great price. I would love it if like when a cat attacks someone and it's really bad, and I just like dig in. I would love to have seen that actually happen on stream. For any audio listeners, Nick is continually to tease this
His laptop's
pussy
now
next
in
to
the
him.
picture because everything moved.
Yeah.
Oh,
Are you okay, Nick?
No, he is not.
yeah, I'm just fixing everything.
I'm fixing it all. But yeah, like on the Xbox Ally X front, like it has changed how I game as well. Like so much. Like I
Yeah.
use that device so often. Like I do want to like when it's not crazy busy and I'm not juggling a million different pieces of content for review and hardware, I do want to go back and do a year out. What's it been like a year on from release? Like, has this still been worth it? And I think the answer is yes. And I'd actually up my score at this point.
If you wait till
Because it's-
October, it's going to be like $1,500 though.
I've been playing a game on it recently, a modern new game that's not out yet. And at first, I have to be really careful. At first, I booted it up. I was like, oh, good God, this is fucking awful. This is unacceptable. That is such a shame. And then I looked in the menu for this video game, and it had handheld mode, and I went from 21 FPS at 1080p, with just dropping, and it looked terrible, to 48 to 67, and it looked great, and I'm like, oh my god, this was a genuine miracle, especially considering the scale of the game. So yeah, I
can't believe you already have the PC version of GTA 6.
No, dude, you gotta mute yourself. What are you fucking doing?
That's the end of the show.
It's on a disc.
It's on a disc. Yeah, they gave me the exclusive
PC
disc
CD-ROM. There's
I just rammed
900.
it into the SD card slot on my Xbox Ally.
It's old PC CD-ROM, so you've got what, 120 discs?
1,000 discs. Yeah.
120 would only give you like 70 gig.
Yeah, it's 715 meg CD back in the day. So.
GD ROMs.
With no security, and absolutely destroyed that platform. But boy, was it easy to pirate.
Oh, now, we've talked about all the studios being at risk, right? I don't think it's worth us going over, Undead Labs, State of Decay
If we want to
3,
go over the
Arcane Beyond.
third-party stuff, there is an update on this one here.
Yeah, I will talk about that. I will come to that one in a sec. I do want to just mention one news topic that we did see break this week, which was a surprise announcement from IO Interactive, who shared that, hey, everything's been great for us. We're so proud of how many people loved 007 First Light, but due to an external partner relationship ending, we're going to be having some layoffs. The people that were working on this game called Project Fantasy, and everyone's like, oh, isn't that this game that leaked during the FTC trial from Microsoft about Activision Blizzard? And then it turned out, thanks to a report from Jason Schreier over at Bloomberg, yes, it was Microsoft that was funding this at IO Interactive. And they shared a comment where they were like, we're still investing in gaming. We're just investing in different areas. Let me get the quote right.
It was essentially... Oh, you got it. Yeah.
Expect to invest about the same in content as we did last year. What's changing is where we're investing and the kinds of projects we're backing. Interesting. Mm-hmm. So that's a shame.
Yeah, I already saw people, and Bond is the biggest selling game in the US of the year, I think. Matt Piscatella said, as he's replying to someone who worked on the UI on it and now is just gone. It's hey, we just put out the most successful release of the year, and see you later. Didn't matter. We lost funding on the next thing.
Mad.
It's so weird, man.
It just feels like... It feels like what is it? I think someone said it, a spreadsheet decision. And that is Microsoft to a T sometimes.
Ends up being most of them.
About the optics. Let's make spreadsheet decisions. What does Amy Hood say?
Well, gaming's in a weird spot where most artistic and creative things are gigs. You don't work at a studio on every movie they do. You generally, this director brings these people and there's this company they work with, and you jump from place to place, where video games have some of that, but have a lot more. I work at this company and I work on these games, and maybe I jump for another offer, but I'm here and I'm working, which isn't normal for a lot of creative stuff. And it's always been an issue with companies that are we ramp up, we scale down. That means people are coming and going, even if they weren't originally hired to come and go. They were hired to be our this or our that. But the moment they lose funding for one thing, even though they just made a ton of money on something else, well, that money's going to the next one of those. It's not going for this game, which is what they were going to work on here. And so see you later. And it always really sucks. Because there's way more people looking to make games than it feels like the games industry can support right now with the way funding is going.
God, it's depressing.
God damn it.
It is, man. IO Interactive doing a fantasy game. Come on. You gotta give that a shot.
It could have been great. They have said that they're determined to see it brought to life and that they love the universe that they've made. So maybe it will. We just have to see if someone else picks up that. But it's the same with what was it? Clutch, the new driving racing
Play Anywhere
game. Play Anywhere. And Maverick Games, they were originally partnered with Amazon as a publishing partner. They parted ways, but all of the feedback about how it actually plays has been extremely positive. Like, looks good, plays great, holy shit, wow, what a surprise. To the point where it's like, surely someone's going to have picked this up. And yet, no. Even though it was meeting all the milestones and looking really good, and now it looks like Maverick are self-publishing it in some form, it's like, okay. I mean, good for them, because all the money they get is theirs. So they don't have to give anything back, maybe, or something. I
guess at the very least, it's good that you get Amazon out of gaming and they still get to keep making their game. Because that's not always guaranteed. That's one of the things where it's been interesting with the whole Xbox thing is all this negotiating. That's just normal. Like, normally it's just, like, it's what we got last July. We've canceled these games, we're closing these places, we're firing these people. And that's the first you hear of it. Not 2 or 3 weeks of supposedly, Jez said they're flying around the world trying to save studios, save projects, and all this type of stuff. Like,
well, I'm sure I've mentioned this previously, or I might have. Like, one of the things I heard last time, like when Perfect Dark got cancelled, was that both PD and State of Decay 3 were kind of like, at that time, and this is just pure, like, what I heard out there in the grapevine.
Worst type of reporting.
Yeah, it's not a report, so don't report it as a report, because it's also old news now at this point, was that, like, the leadership were, like, trying to give these guys, like, a runway to kind of hit the milestone so that they would be safe. And I think State of Decay 3, from what I heard, hit that milestone back then, and PD did not. And that's kind of like, that's how some of those decisions got made. But again, that could just be tales from someone else's arsehole. I don't know. But hey, OD is safe. Hideo Kojima's OD, overdose, is safe, according to IGN.
Interestingly.
Also, yeah, like, but, you know, he's a...
Well,
he's a prodigy.
We don't know stats. We don't know facts. Like, we just know this is this and this is that, supposedly. What's the budget? What's the scope? What are their milestones? What are they hitting? They were pushed back because of the whole actors strike. Like, we don't have any actual info on most of this. So and then people will try and compare. Well, why is this okay and this isn't? It's like, none of us have any idea. And we'll never know. The most we'll hear is some scuttlebutt every now and then. But, like, the actual facts and figures and the who, the what, the where, and the why is just, it is out in the wind. We will never know it. And it's very frustrating.
Yeah. And then the other bit of news that was doing the rounds this week, and it went viral and went everywhere, was that Xbox had frozen third-party Game Pass deals, according to an industry podcast. And then people have come out and said that's not true. And I think
one guy said it's not true, and Jez said he knows of one that signed last week. So
I think the answer is somewhere in the middle, because I know of some studios that were like, hello Microsoft, anyone, and we're not getting feedback, and suddenly now they have feedback and it's all happening and yada yada yada. So I think it is just part and parcel of everything being in kind of turmoil. People
and
maybe weren't
fiscal year rollover with new budgets and stuff like that. Because I think Rami Ishmael, the very well-known indie developer, has a podcast with the lovely Mike Rose of No More Robots, and he was saying, like, yeah, this has happened multiple times before. Sometimes because the people who you were talking to got laid off, and the division had to figure out who you should talk to now. Like, there's always reasons. And I tried to write it. I wrote the article based on the podcast, and people are like, how dare you, this I bet this hasn't happened. Or people are like, oh my god, it's gone forever. And it's like, no, man, like, I can't say what I think, because that wouldn't be news, that would be an op-ed. But the whole time I was like writing it and like, oh yeah, they're doing all this reset and it's the fiscal year turnover. It makes sense that they wouldn't be signing a ton of deals for 3 years down the line right now, because we know they've already got dozens, if not hundreds, lined up. But you can't write that.
Yeah, there's some surprises coming.
What?
Can't say that.
You just friggin' leak. No, after I railed against that and I go against that in podcast audio too. Unless you tell me after the show.
Okay.
Persona 6.
Shh. Oh. We know that already.
Oh, yeah.
This cat. Nick just looks perturbed. Like,
Can you see the cat on the stream?
yeah.
Well,
I can.
we can see the cat in the
people
camera,
can't.
but not on the stream. Hold on, let me.
Yeah. She's wandered off now.
There she is.
She's wandered off now.
She's in the
She's
back.
had enough of Nick's shit.
Oh, she's gone.
That's not my stuff. I'm not that messy. It's not my stuff.
No, you're a prissy. You are a prissy little prince.
Speaking of cats, I have to
Jesse knows.
just
that
had an
wouldn't be
alarm
my
go
stuff.
off. I have to give another dose of medicine to this one for her pain relief. She's on some wacky cat morphine.
Yeah,
Which sounds great.
that happened to. You ever see the pictures I posted for Oreo?
Yeah, for
when
Oreo.
he had his bladder issue, he was so zonked. I could probably find them. They're so goddamn
Yeah,
funny.
when we got her back, her eyes were like as big as dinner plates. You know, just like pure black. She was tripping balls.
you love.
Man, that was Simpsons, peak Simpsons. That was.
Still going.
He brings us love. Kill it. Kill it.
Kill it. Kill it.
Ooh, I have the picture. Hey, I can actually load this up. Yeah, this is just
While you're
called.
doing that, I'm going to feed this cat this medicine. So, and then you can talk about the Rampocalypse and the lawsuit because that's fun.
This was Oreo for about 2 weeks when he was coming down from a really painful bladder issue where there was too much salmon minerals in his bladder, so he was peeing blood. We got that all fixed, but he was zonked the hell out, and he was in my arms.
I think I remember that photo.
Yeah, he was in my arms at least 12 hours a day the entire week. Like as I'm streaming, as I'm doing headlines, as I'm doing the podcast, as I'm trying to work on games, he just wanted to be in my arms, and it was incredibly cute. But the moment those drugs ran out a week in, I was very happy for him because he was fudged up, or as the kids would say now, he was up big time. But yeah, he's also adorable and he's lovely, and he's out on the porch right now. He's a good cat.
Yep. Well, Jesse can see the cat that I've got here.
I actually can't. I can only.
else
So
can.
I watch this. I do the streams through OBS, so I can only see her now that she's scratching that tree.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I'll I'll put StreamYard up there. Yep, she's up the tree. We
Look
can
at
see. Yeah, she's a little
climbed the
monkey
tree.
cat.
Oh my
she,
god!
oh
look
my
at
god!
that.
If she jumps on you, it'd be so funny.
Oh my god! Cat's a psychopath.
She's just having fun.
Holy shit!
That's her whole life, man. It's not like she's got anything else to do.
Yeah, just a stray cat, random stray cat.
There. Okay, I'll keep your camera wide.
Oh my
I
God.
do miss having our cameras wide. This is a lot better for. In case anyone wondered why we ever changed it, it's because like 55% of our views are on mobile, and this makes us a lot bigger on a phone. So that was why, in case you're ever wondering.
Matt the Rat in the chat asking if anyone can recommend Conan Exiles. I had a couple of mates that played it a lot. There's a lot of dicks.
Lot of dicks. Like, and you can make it huge, and they swing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they've got physics and everything.
Mhm.
So
And
big
it's a-
wall.
it's
Captain America's dick.
Bigger, way bigger. Believe it or not, like his is super wide, like a
Bigger than
frickin-
Captain America's
Yeah,
dick.
because they're you can. There's a whole slider. You can like make them bigger or longer. But it's one of those crafting survival sim things where it's more fun in a group. I found.
Yeah, they played a lot of co-op together. It's not my jam, but you know, have fun. Go try it out. Why not? Did you guys? Excuse me, I was coughing halfway through. Did you guys get a chance to talk about the RAM lawsuit that's going on?
No, we
One
were
beacon
talking
of
about
hope?
zonked out Oreo.
Because my cat was climbing up the tree behind me.
You can bring her home now.
It's going nutso.
Yeah, in case you
So
missed
no.
this news, this is an entertaining beacon of hope for all of us. A federal lawsuit was filed in California last week that alleges 3 of the largest manufacturers of RAM have made the current crisis worse by allegedly fixing memory supply and prices.
Again. It's
Again,
not
so
allegedly
this-
that they've done it in the past.
Yeah, this is where it gets interesting. So this is applies to Samsung Electronics, SK Hynix and Micron Technologies. They make almost the entire world's supply of random access memory. And the lawsuit says that since 2022, these companies have fixed the supply and prices for DRAM, driving the price up over 700% over the past 4 years. Even worse is the lawsuit were like, oh, by the way, this has happened before. The same three companies reportedly fixed the price before when the US Department of Justice investigated them between 1998 and 2022. Samsung and Hynix both pled guilty.
They had direct agreements that were between them to fix prices. They put it in writing.
And they paid fines of 300 million and 185 million respectively. Micron avoided a fine by reporting the conspiracy and cooperating with prosecutors. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Now, unfortunately for us, this is going to take like a couple of years to go through the courts.
I don't think they needed to do it this time. Everyone came to them to drive prices up. They didn't have to do anything. They had, and there's one guy, there's one main player in this. So people say, oh, it's everyone like Microsoft and Google and Amazon. It's like, no, it is almost entirely OpenAI's Sam Altman, who went to one of them, either SK Hynix or Micron. I think it was SK. I might be wrong. And said, I'm taking half of your output this year. You give him a little promissory note that he's never going to actually follow through on. But that's what started all of this, because everyone's like, oh my God, what? You're taking half of all of one of the 3 fabs RAM? Oh shit. And they start panic ordering, and that's why all this has happened.
Great.
Allegedly, supposedly. Don't sue me.
I hope
it's like COVID-19 and toilet paper.
No, it's like eggs in America last year or a couple years ago. It literally came out that they were price fixing, and now they have to. They promise they won't do it again.
That's crazy.
Yeah. We promise.
Capitalism, yay.
Pinky swear.
Well, there you go. That's all the news, pretty much.
Basically,
that's all the news. We can shimmy on over to hearing what you have to say, because it's time for some community questions. Let's do that.
Right after we talk about how much we love our members and patrons.
Oh, go on, Nick. While you're on it, tell us how much do we love them?
Yeah. We love them a lot. I don't know if they can even hear me properly right now.
You sounded perfectly fine all show.
But whether they can hear me and see me or not, that's not going to stop me from professing my love for our members and patrons who have paid for this splendiferous trip to Greece for me.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
What?
All fully funded. All fully funded by DayOne members and patrons.
Mate, we've got to go to Gamescom, right? We can't afford for you to go to Greece on Patreon dime. Or members' money.
Business class.
What?
Business class to Greece. Business class back. You guys are the best. I love you so much. You've made this trip so much better for me.
on a real talk front, our trip to Gamescom is looking decidedly dicey right now. If you're not a member and you enjoy this show every week, and I mean this, think about it. If you saw one of us 3, you must like one of us if you're listening every week. Just one of us. Pick which one you like. If you saw us at the bar, or maybe in Starbucks or at a coffee shop, you'd be like, oh, can I grab you a coffee, mate? Just think about doing that for the person out of all of us that you like once a month. Just give it a shot. Give it a shot.
Where can they do that, John?
Like it. They can do that by heading over to playday.one/memberships. And one of the privileges of being a member of a certain tier is that you get to ask us questions every week. And we're going to dive into those lovely, lovely questions right now.
We are. Thanks, Ladder Ape. I don't drink, though, so it might have to be like a lemon, lime, and bitters. Okay. First question is from Luke Locher, or Luke Law, or the person who runs the expansion pass.
It's actually pronounced Law, like that.
Okay.
It's a yodel.
I'd like to call him Luke Locher.
Locher.
I'm running out of energy to be upset at things in the gaming world. Do you all feel this way sometimes? asking both as a gamer and as a content creator. You know what, Luke Locher? I never run out of things to get upset about in the gaming world. There's always something to be upset about.
I'm not. I sometimes go through phases where I'm like, I feel really like, oh, nothing's capturing my imagination, and that's more what I struggle with. Like, there's no game that's like.
Well, you struggle more with the future of DayOne continuing than game.
Is that?
Yeah. I think we both have the same thing we do, though, John, which is we dive headfirst into reviewing a bunch of really cool games and ignoring the news where we can.
Yeah, like we often have to write it.
It's more he's saying, do we have the energy, though?
Yes.
I sort of correctly answered the question, saying, do I have the energy? I always have the energy to get upset at things.
Quite a bit. We also, and thank you, good old Collingwood, with $10, more moolah for Pumpkin's drugs. It's much more. I don't think John and I do much social media. That is 99% of what I think a lot of people have an issue with. Is they are on Twitter and Blue Sky too much. Get off of them. They suck.
Get off Twitter. No, there's a reason like the DayOne Discord exists and is actually genuinely pretty pleasant to kind of just chill out and play in and just have fun. Get off Twitter, people. Like, it's not real, for one. All that anger and rage and vitriol, like, none of it is real.
And the algorithm is entirely tied to negativity. It will push that at all times.
That's right.
And the biggest problem as well is that... Go on, Nick.
I was going to say, make sure you let John Linneman know, too.
The biggest problem is that every gaming, if you're in the creator space and you're hanging out with other creators, you're all going to be talking the same thing and you're all going to be talking shop, right? You're all going to be talking through the same stories. And like, I know that a lot of content creators out there, it's not their job. It's like their side hustle. Like for us, it's the job. Like we have to, like, I often wonder why Jesse sees so much conversation sometimes. And it's like, for news, like, because he keeps an eye on it.
And proper moderation. I have to know what's going on to know what people are talking about to try and keep discussions good. Not positive, but good. There's a lot of negative discussions all the time, but they're not dooming. They're not just this endless spiral of shit. It's people commiserating about how crappy things are and also about how great things can be another time. So
look at that. Nick's getting a little flirt from Sarah O'Day in the chat, asking him to take his shirt off already. He's delighted. Look at him. He's delighted right now. He is just like absolutely pleased with himself. The little scamp. Look at his little face. You've made his day, Sarah.
The very handsome scamp.
All right, Luke,
you know
my man, if you're getting upset, if you're getting frustrated at the world, just remember that video games, the actual things that are fun, are great. And they've never been better. And there's always going to be more video games. Even if studios get closed, creative people, if they're not too old and too like, fuck this, they'll find a way to keep making stuff because it's what they love to do. And eventually that will happen and the business will recover.
Sarah O'Day created that account on YouTube today, 6 minutes ago, just to say that.
Wow.
It's a
Jesse doing the detective work there.
You can
in my chat. You can have that
as the moderator on any YouTube channel. You can just click and see, and underneath their name on channel activity, it just says "joined 6 minutes ago."
Wow.
There's no detective work.
Nick created that account himself.
Like if I click Nick's name and channel activity, Nick joined 18 years ago on YouTube.
Did I really? Holy shit. Jesus.
Yeah, Nick created that account 6 minutes ago. That's why it was all fuzzy, because he was opening another tab.
Wow, yeah. I joined 19 years ago. Wow.
Yeah, no idea. I might have to talk in it.
Wow. All right.
We're just normal men.
What do you mean, normal men? We're just ordinary men.
Okay. Just an ordinary man.
I like loads.
What you mean?
I like loads. See, it's not very good. It's not very good. Cork didn't do a good job. Poor.
Just normal man.
It's a little bit short. It's a little bit cut off.
What do you mean, normal men?
We're just innocent men.
Just innocent, man.
Snore. It's the.
Into the music.
What you mean?
Okay, before they pay us.
Yeah, I love that music. I've tried to find it as like a
Anorexic.
standalone track.
$10 tip. Got a monster question this week.
Oh, yes.
Thanks for everything y'all do.
Oh,
Thank you.
Thanks.
No, thank
Again,
you,
every
mate.
we're up to $4,500 total now out of that. That legitimate, yes, $10,000 for those 2 trips. Just letting people know.
Yeah, we are like Gamescom is looking genuinely dicey. And do you know what popped into my head earlier that I forgot to mention? I'll tell the story after this question, actually, from the lovely Tiberius Monk. I'll tell you a little story.
Hey, what happened to You Can't Face?
It should be
It's
somewhere up there.
gone.
It might have moved around.
Oh, it's not there anymore.
I don't think I touched it.
Oh, that's annoying.
I don't know.
That's annoying.
I think I have it actually.
What is it you can't face?
There you go. I have it on my soundbar.
What is it you can't
Yeah,
face?
but we used to have it here.
I know, I didn't touch it. I'm gonna blame one of you two.
What is it you can't face?
It's never not funny. Okay, next question. Tiberius Monk, the ever-present. Hello, DayOne Show. I do not have a question for this week. I just want to express my gratitude and say thank you. As some of you may have noticed on the Discord recently, I got a new job. Woohoo! Congrats on the new job. This is a miracle, one I fought hard for and am incredibly happy to have achieved. It would be great to have my weekends back, earn better pay, and most importantly, do meaningful work and contribute back to society with the volunteer work I plan to get back to doing. Oh, wow. You're a very good person.
What if he volunteers to Hitler
I could
Youth?
never do volunteer work, I don't think. What was that?
So what if he's like volunteering to Hitler Youth? Not all volunteer work is good.
Sometimes, man. Sometimes the joke.
It's a what if.
I have to do a double.
That's not a yes.
Yeah, I don't think I could do volunteer work.
You do volunteer
Then again,
work for
I do
us.
it every week.
Yep.
That's right.
Zing.
I'm such a great person. I've
I've handed you like $12 million in video games.
I want to thank the DayOne crew for keeping me and the community entertained, inspired, and informed with your commentary on the video game industry, including all the bullshit happening recently. Sony, your PS4 How to Share a Game video aged like sour milk. One day was one of several channels. One day. DayOne was
That would have been a better name for us.
That kept
One
me
day.
motivated. Yeah, one day was one of several channels that kept me motivated during my job search and kept me working in a workplace that had become increasingly toxic, with half of the staff either being laid off or finding jobs elsewhere, including me. Thanks for the great content. Best wishes for John's cat pumpkin. Take care, everyone, and ciao.
Oh, thanks, Tiberius.
Thanks, mate. Always there every week supporting us. Really
Yes.
appreciate it.
Yep.
Help me
And a
pay for
lovely
this
bloke
beautiful
in
trip to
person.
Greece.
Just for legal reasons to all members, Nick's holiday was not funded by any of your contributions.
God, no. We've never given him any money.
It wasn't. Now, onto the forum. Jesse, brother. Happy podcast 321. Yeah, Vegemite sandwiches. Speaking of those, Nick, is Dim/MVG all right? Rough week for the Crown Prince of Physical Media. That's not really my question, though. My question is more of a song request. For my buddy Abdul143. Can Jesse play the Rumour Mill song? If you don't, he might cry. And I reckon another of your countrymen, Matt the Rat, will be as mad as a cut snake. Hi them style PS. Where does that weird as hell Aussie slang come from? I.e., can any of you gents explain what it means? Just looking for an explanation. So yeah, that.
Lots of drugs.
Okay, so there's a lot of these Australian slang things like if you, it's they're usually quite literal, like mad as a cut snake. So if you were to cut a snake, they would be really
I presume
angry and
it's from
start
like
thrashing
mowing the
about.
lawn, and then you
No.
cut the snake, and then he'd be all pissed off.
They're all about having giant knives.
No, it's like if you cut a snake, it's going to get angry. and start thrashing about and crack the shits. So that's mad as a cut snake. It's like hard as a cat's head. They say he made that guy as hard as a cat's head. Haven't you ever heard that one?
No.
I don't think there's anything particularly hard about a cat's head.
Is that phrase meaning that a cat's head isn't very hard? So okay, he's pretty soft.
No, it is hard. It is hard.
So why is a cat's head hard?
I don't know. That's just the saying that we have.
Okay.
Well, I mean, Australian animals are there to kill you, so maybe their cats have incredibly dense skulls.
Yeah, maybe.
Defense
If the Rumour
mechanism.
Mill song does get played, I don't mind that Nick has a little dance party. You can stand up and show off his moves by the tree.
Do I have? I don't know if I have it in the sound bar.
He's deleted it. Wow.
Nope. I do.
Come on.
When it drops that beat, oh.
Here it's coming. The drop's coming. What if we were to say this is the best thing Suno ever made? They're a horrible company. And I used this many years ago.
Yeah. AI did some good things.
This is the best thing AI ever did. By ripping off Ace of Base
Stop
and
the
9,000
lawnmower.
other bands. Okay. Oh, I turned it off.
Beautiful.
Okay.
I hope you all enjoyed that.
Yeah. Okay. Next question is from G. Statement. Yes, the layoffs.
Question?
Yes, the question. Response. Yeah, what was that movie?
It was Project Hail
fucking-
Mary.
Project Hail Mary, where it's like words of encouragement.
Great words of encouragement.
Yeah. Yes, the layoffs, which of course will begun soon, and it really sucks. But what else suck is no more physical games, since I can't make enough good space on a platform device with digital games being a thing to balance things out with. But speaking of physical, is PC gaming now going to be a thing? And for Nintendo, I'm not sure what goes on their part, but otherwise, life in gaming sucks. P.S. You know,
I don't know how to answer
what?
that.
Yeah, I like that part that said, "Is PC gaming now going to be a thing?" Yeah, mate, it's a thing.
Yeah.
Pretty big thing.
P.S. You know what? I'm calling it Xbox is pulling a Sega, although it's too premature for me to say it.
Oh, but he
And
just
you
did.
all can disagree if you want and turn your head, saying no all you want. But I think it's happening. There, I said it.
No.
Without me being like, I want to be a spammer, which isn't me in gaming.
Turn my head and say no.
I mean, if Microsoft can't revive the Xbox brand, then yes, of course that's what they'll do. They will become the biggest publisher in the world. But it depends upon their ambitions. If they are going to put the money in and going to actually deliver and going to actually throw investment at it and release more hardware, then that's a statement. And
The
When
PC
they
is now a
say-
thing.
yeah, so
It's now a thing.
yeah, there you go. Machine
Hey.
XP is a member for 18
Yeah.
months.
Remember
I just
for
saw.
18 months. Yeah, well done, Machine XP. Xbox era supporter. Xbox era for life.
That's how long you have to wait for a PlayStation port on PC.
Yep. That's correct. Next question. Do you reckon Sarah
I like
O'Day's a real
loads.
person? Or did someone actually create that account?
That account. Well, no, you can do it as a moderator. You can click on choose channel activity, and it'll say created like 12 minutes ago or something.
Yeah, but do you reckon that's a real person?
The fuck do I know?
Or someone's sock account?
Everyone's a real person. Is it a new person that just made their account now just to try and see your titties? I don't know.
Yeah. Calm down, Nick.
see that through.
breathe in and just
Yeah.
feel like
I'm trying to make him jiggle.
Anorexic with another $10. I wasn't kidding. My question is long.
oh
Yep.
god.
Your question is Captain America level.
It is. Yeah.
It is the next question.
Anorexic, yep. Good day, DayOne crew. One day. Xbox has a few problems, but the good news is that I'm a great problem solver with my out-of-the-box solutions. Out of the Xbox. I'm wondering if you fine gentlemen could rate my solutions out of 10. I'm having a bit of fun, so don't mind negative numbers. Due to the length of this, I will also chip in a bit to help you guys get to Gamescom.
You did.
oh,
thanks
thanks,
for
mate.
That's enough for a bean if you want it. You did $20.
Problem 1. Asher not being able to pull titles from the PS5 to make them exclusive. Solution. Include an Xbox
Bugger.
advertisement every time you boot up the games. Include a bonus level akin to Astrobot where the history of Xbox, including ads for all of their products, are on full display.
Jonga booger.
PlayStation will be so incensed they'll have to renege the contract for these titles. It's actually a great idea. Problem 2. Xbox can't cancel, quote unquote, the next generation of hardware due to existing contracts with manufacturers. Solution. Repurpose all of the chipsets for AI servers dedicated to edge cases that specialize in AI inference, running already trained models. Begin working on a new look for Helix hardware right now to be released by 2030.
All right, let's answer. So, problem 1, what do you think? Xbox exclusives in the games that are still
Yeah.
coming.
Yeah, have an Astrobot-like lab that's got all the different history of Xbox stuff in there. And every time you play, guess what? You're going to get a load of Xbox in your face.
You just have an Xbox like giant section in a town in Fable for the hell of it. Here's the Xbox
but-
museum.
They could.
Yep.
I wonder if there's a certification thing where they could be like, you can't do that, or I don't know.
You're
But
playing, playing God of War Laufey, and there's just a big Xbox ad in it.
They just break into Sony Santa Monica servers and sneak it in there.
they get Terry Crews from the Old Spice commercials. It's like, we're too powerful to stay in our own commercials.
I don't think it's the type of thing they would do, but I do think for problem number 2 on the hardware, the scuttlebutt on how their hardware is that already that it's RDNA 5. It's just RDNA 5, but RDNA 5 has the ability to have back compat enabled for Xbox One series and all the 316 original Xbox titles. So, like, technically all the way up to their 6090 equivalent server stuff is already a thing. I think what they're actually going to do is instead of being in the upper end, instead of being an 80 series, they might try and go for a 60 series equivalent to keep costs down. I think that's, or they have the multiple SKUs. We've got our cheap box, which is the same thing, but a way, cut back CPU, GPU combo, maybe less RAM again. And they call it the Helix S.
That'll go down well.
I mean, it should.
Problem 3. Problem 3. Rebooting the Halo TV show and saving some internal development studios. Solution. A reboot of Halo so soon with different actors is odd. A visual reboot can help cleanse palettes. Today's audiences are far more receptive to CGI movies than ever before. Xbox TV and movies should look at making the next Halo show entirely in Unreal Engine 6 with its offline cinematic rendering option, with Team Ninja leading the way. This means no restrictions on the visuals, being able to depict anything the mind can imagine, and having digital characters that are as close to life as we've ever seen. As a bonus, they can use the assets for the next Halo game on the Helix, thereby reducing costs. Most importantly, save Team Ninja.
How would we rate these?
Okay. Problem the putting Xbox ads on Xbox games.
9 out of 10.
I think they should absolutely do that. But
Yeah,
I think
fuck
the
'em.
most you'll get is an Xbox logo and boot up.
Well, no, I
so
think the most you'll get is the real focus on that whole the system they talked about before. Remember where you have an Xbox UI in the game? Like,
Ooh.
you remember that whole patent thing where it's like essentially your friends list and everything is there if you're on an Xbox game. And that's why you have to log into your Microsoft account to play things like Halo. I think that's where they could go with
Okay.
it to make their games feel like the Xbox does, and yoinks you into that ecosystem, Trojan horse style.
Problem 2.
But we got to give it a number.
3
He
out.
wants a rating, a number rating for his solution.
I'm going to
said 9.
give problem 1 I'm going to give it a 7.
I gave it a 9.
2.
Problem 2. 3 out of 10. Not a fan of that one.
That would be the hardware solution.
Screw AI.
I don't like that solution to problem 2. But also I don't know what solution there is.
I just said. Go for the cheaper spec of RDNA 5.
Yeah.
You give the
I'm gonna give
SKUs
that-
and all that.
I'm going to give that a 5.
1. He
Okay,
said be
Problem
mean.
3. Problem 3. 8.
Man, I'm sorry, Anorexic.
8
I'm
out of
negative
10.
to all your ideas. It's like a 2 for me. I want a live action Halo movie with a new cast done proper.
Well, he
Full
wasn't
of
saying they
reach,
can't do
adaptive.
that, but for now, to save Team Ninja, you do this. 8.
I don't think it would save Team Ninja.
I mean, no. Yep, Tom heard it. I heard it. Everyone heard it.
Did Nick just fart? I didn't hear it.
We've only got one earbud in. It must have been the other side.
Nick, did you just cough really loudly on the podcast?
No.
Yeah, he's waving it away. No, I didn't. Saw the cat run away as fast as it could.
I don't know. I still think so.
You okay?
Someone please clip it. You can clip it on YouTube or Twitch. Both work. Must have been the wind.
I don't know. I don't know. Did you see Sarah's comment? She said, "Lol, yes, I'm real. I was just too shy to say it as myself." What do you mean? If you're real, then you did say it as yourself.
Like maybe her name's not Sarah O'Day.
It was the chair. Did you hear it? It's done it again.
Mm-hmm.
Listen. It's the chair. But I laughed because it was
chair.
funny how Tom heard it. All I can hear is that cat now.
Getting
know
torn
where it
apart
is.
by an eagle. Nick's like, yes.
Don't make me dig out the fart chat.
You want any excuse to dig out the fart chat.
funny.
I mean, the fart chat is hilarious, and it sends Nick into like silly giggles because you got classics like this.
Okay. But see, Tom, I laughed because it was funny you heard it. But look, I can reproduce it. See? I can reproduce it. It's just funny that you heard it. That's
I
all
like
was
loads. Anyway, next question. Thank you, Anorexic.
Okay, next question. Direct 3. Hello, John and Friends podcast. That's not, I don't think that's nice. Lots
That's
of
great.
Sony negativity this week. I'm curious about the timing. Does the ending physical media news have anything to do with Xbox layoffs soon? Sony's better than anyone in throwing bad news and then laying low for a while everyone forgets. Like when in E3 2013 they announced paid online, but nobody cared because of big bad Xbox One. Arrogant Sony labeling is always joked around in times like this, but then a banger trailer of theirs arrives and nobody cares anymore about the issue. Will this time be different?
No, I still think it's because they were telling partners and they knew it would leak. Like Nick's asshole just leaked.
Yeah. I don't think it was a conspiracy thing. Like, he definitely farted. Like, he can blame the chair now. It was quick thinking to say it was the chair, but it was his butthole
Oh, he did it again.
pushing out gas.
Oh shit.
He is finally a confirmed leaker. That is correct, Satanist. You have any in there where you can just tell that they have to go change their underwear?
Oh, there is one that like full on sets me off like every time. Like it's the pitch of it. Here's one that someone had to definitely change their underwear. You ready?
Nope. That's supposed to be this.
Oh shit.
Oh dear. That's so funny. I think it's this one. This one's the funny one. It might be. No.
I don't remember what most of my buttons are. I barely ever use them.
Anyway.
I got the achievement sound. I got the console.
You're just trying
wars.
to get us off farts. All right. Okay. Sorry. We'll stop it. We're stopping it, Jesse. All right. Calm down.
Okay.
I was just trying to remember what my soundboard was.
Ah, shit. Next question. Good old Collingwood. A few weeks ago, John
did we
mentioned...
actually answer that question? Like farts came
Did
in
we?
and took over. I don't think so.
Oh, did they?
Do we think that some?
Yeah.
Well, no,
Do
we
think
answered it.
this
We
time
said
will be
we
different?
think it's more just that the things that started going out to their partners about how the system was going to work post 2028 or January 2028.
But he's like, will anyone still care? In like
Oh,
a week's
that no,
time?
they won't.
No.
No,
No,
that's what
no.
next tweet was.
I
They will
told
not
you,
care.
Yeah, we already talked about this earlier. Like,
Okay.
Sony will reveal a DualSense that massages your balls, and that's it. They'll
It
be
can
there
milk
day
your
one lining
prostate.
up for
That's
it.
all you need.
Yep. And they'll be there. Oh, wow. These new haptics.
Oh, the PSP, the PS prostate.
Ah, man. Okay. Good old Collingwood. Yes. I got my people mixed up for a second there. A few weeks ago, John mentioned on an episode of Headlines that DayOne would like to produce more episodes of Headlines, but timing and schedules made it really difficult. I'd like to make a suggestion. Why don't you devote one-off episodes to explaining stories of the week in more depth and with references? The old Xbox era did this with opinion pieces, but this would be more factual. We'll take as an example the upcoming shake-up of Xbox Studios, an episode which would take place a day or two after the event to allow time for articles to release and be researched. This research would be collected and coalesced, creating an article that would act as its own reference. There could be also an explainer that pulls everything together. So an episode devoted to the studio shake-ups would give actual facts and numbers, supported by citations, with an accompanying analysis, would provide a lighthouse amid the stormy seas. Good old Collingwood.
It's a great idea. The only problem with stuff like this, and I love writing op-eds and reacting to news and doing all of that jazz, but it's time. Like op-eds are very different to writing up a news piece because you've got to do your research, you've got to frame your argument, you've got to make your point, and that's trickier to do. As always with this stuff, it's just time. If we had more news writers on the team where Jesse and I could be more video creative, then we would, but we don't. So we have to kind of juggle what we've got. But we'll always try and do op-ed stuff. You know, I was thinking about writing one this week about the big trust problem for Microsoft, which is, I think, something that is more and more prevalent now. But it's just time, man. I've got too much cooking.
Like I could write.
It's hard.
Also, having an op-ed that just most of them just feel like bad forum posts. Like I don't
Yeah, a
like
lot of
reading
times
most
they do.
people's op-eds because they aren't that long research thing from a point of fact. It is I feel this way about this thing. I don't like that I feel this way, or I love that I feel this way, and it's just like okay.
Yeah, like Polygon went viral this week for a Red Dead Redemption 2 is a bad game article, which I could see Nick being like, yeah, nodding in agreement. Yeah, it is Polygon. And everyone
We can
else is
argue
like, no.
$50 a month, Tegan. Not an hour.
Yeah,
Even
50 a
that's
month,
stretching our
we're in.
budget.
Yeah, it's rough out there, man. It's rough out there.
It is.
But yeah, I love the idea. It's just time. But we'll always try and do more.
Yeah,
need to
we
get
always
some
come
more
off like a
members content.
site that has way more people working on it, more hours than they are.
Yeah.
Like most of the stuff you see from Cengiz and Fairy and stuff, it's like they're done with their workday. They spend a few hours or more just playing a game, playing the shit out of it to get a review done in their off time. Whereas like with me and John, it might be all we do all day, but even then we can only get as much done as we do because we do like 10, 12 hours or more. Like it's a very
every
small
weekend.
team with no budget. And Nick doesn't do shit because he's got a full-time job.
Yep. We can't afford him.
Nothing. Nothing at all. Nothing at all.
I mean, you do the hard work of redeeming many codes I give you.
Yeah.
Yep. And stealing codes from
Thief.
other people. Yep. Okay. Last question. Vinny13.
Hey,
Hello. Hello. And morning to the esteemed panel. I was in a random North London shopping centre today and saw 3 arcade cabinets next to each other. They were Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Sega Rally 95, and Point Blank 2. A pretty good selection, particularly for that location. If you had to pick 3 arcade cabinets, 1 fighter, 1 racer, and 1 light gun game, what would you choose? Cheers, lads.
That's a good question.
I know the answer to this.
Go on. You're the arcade expert, Nick. You go first.
The racer is self-explanatory. It would be Daytona USA. The light gun game would be Virtua Cop 3. And the fighter would be... Ooh, the fighter is the tough one.
Nick would probably want Custer's Revenge.
God, the fighter. For something different, the fighter might be Last Bronx. I think. Sega cult classic. Last Bronx.
I don't
What
even
about
know
you
that
guys?
game. I would pick Hydro Thunder for the racer. I believe that was an arcade game at one point. There was a light gun game, and I don't think it was Virtua Cop. And I swear we've had this conversation like 6 years ago. You had it would automatically detect when you crouch, so you had to physically crouch in front of the arcade cabinet to take cover.
Yeah, we have talked about this before.
I can't remember what it's called. Someone could probably Google it and make my day. But I remember playing that in Tenerife when I was a kid on holiday and thinking that this was fucking awesome. But like, if it was in arcades, I would pick Die Hard 2 from PS1. But it's not an arcade game, so I can't. And
There was a
then-
Die Hard arcade game though. It was made by Sega.
What was it? A light gun game?
No, it was a scrolling beat 'em up, 3D scrolling beat 'em up.
No, I want light gun. Worst case, I'd pick House of the Dead 2. But and then for the fighter, I don't really have any experience of playing fighting games in arcades, so I
do.
honestly don't know. Like, is there something a little more casual and fun that I could go for? I don't know. I actually got offered an arcade machine, an actual full-size arcade machine the other day for 300 quid. And I was so tempted, but I have.
I had one at my house. My cousin
I
gave it
love
to
it.
me, but it was
Put it
too
in
big.
Yeah, I really want one in my life, but maybe one day. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe Street Fighter 2 or something. I don't know, like whatever.
Street Fighter 2 Turbo
Edition.
Edition. Yeah.
Yeah, just stick that in there. It'd be fine.
I've been trying to think. I can't think of anything. I can't remember. I used to go to the arcades all the time. Can't remember anything.
What are you giggling at?
I've said mine. Tom Henderson.
He's convinced you definitely guffed, which you did. Anyway, on that flatulent note, that's the
I
end
still
of the
owe
show.
Tom Henderson a photo of myself.
Oh. I didn't realize he made.
I'm waiting to be able to take a
himself.
proper good professional one.
No one can
I
see.
don't want
it
to just send just like a. I don't want to just send a regular photo. I want to
in
take
the
like a good
background
one.
here behind me. No one can really see where I'm pointing. There is a collection of photos from SGF, and Tom Henderson's face is in one of those.
Oh shit.
Yeah. If someone did some like zooming in and reconstruction, they'd find it's just Donkey from. The
I've
Shrek
got
movies.
a photo of me and Tom Henderson from Gamescom 2 years
Wow.
ago.
The big celeb,
Yep.
biggest journalist in
Yep.
the world.
Blonde hair, bleach blonde hair,
Yeah, man, and he's
crazy
like
mustache.
nearly
crazy
7 foot
mustache.
tall.
The
7
Captain
foot tall as
America,
well.
like we were joking before about Captain America, but that's exactly what Tom generally looks like.
I mean, to be fair, the fact that he walks around all the time in spandex is a little uncomfortable at first.
Yeah,
It's
I
a
thought
bit
it's the normal
disconcerting.
thing with the Northerners in Britain.
Yeah, yep. Yeah.
Oh, sorry,
But
Scottish.
combined with
I
the
forgot.
moustache and the really great height, it's
The red eyes.
Well, he's got.
Yeah.
If he has it, if there's anything showing, you can just see the nature trail. It goes all the way from
Yeah.
the dingus to the neck. Like it's just.
Yeah.
One, there's no hair anywhere
Hair
else.
coming out of his ears.
Yeah.
he grows that moustache really long, weaves it into his
Coming out
pubes.
of his ears.
3 butt
Strange
cheeks.
looking guy.
Carpet.
Yeah.
Strange looking
Carpet matches the pubes.
guy. I think the phrase is the carpet matches the drapes, mate. The carpet
Yeah, I
matches
know.
the pubes. The carpet is the pubes. What are you talking about?
It's from a
Fucking hell.
movie.
He's
It's from a
good.
movie.
Oh, is it? Okay.
I think it's from 40-Year-Old Virgin. It was Paul Rudd that said it. Paul Rudd's like, I wonder if the carpet matches the pubes.
Forgetting Sarah Marshall. Tegan says in chat.
It is
Cancel
okay.
that
I think,
movie
yeah,
now.
Forgetting. I knew it was either Forgetting Sarah Marshall or 40-Year-Old Virgin. I knew it
Never
was
seen
one
either
those
of
two.
them.
I just couldn't remember which.
The music in Forgetting Sarah Marshall is genuinely great, but unfortunately it also
I
has
didn't want
Russell Brand in it.
Didn't want to
so-
see Russell Brand, and I never
Yeah.
somehow never heard of the other one until it was already out of the theaters and stuff.
40-Year-Old Virgin.
Yeah.
40-Year-Old Virgin is a classic. I'm in Crete at the moment, Tom. I'm in Crete.
Hanging
for
out with
another
Yanis.
week or so. And then I'm off to Milos. And then I'm in Milos for about 5 or so days. And
Does
then
he
I'm
know
in
you are?
Athens before I go home. What?
Nothing.
But I believe you have a friend here, Tom. I assume that's why you're asking. But yeah.
Ooh, he might be in.
I might be in Thessaloniki at the end of the month.
was gonna say-
No, I'm not. That's the top. That's the top. And I leave on the 22nd. So I'm back home on the 23rd. So unfortunately, we will not cross paths. Or fortunately.
Man, that's like nearly 3 weeks away, just under. It's a long old holiday, bro.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Very long holiday. Yeah, man. Why does Nick's hair look all grey? So it looks all grey. It looks all grey for 2 reasons. It's always been grey. But 2 things. Normally, I have a skin fade. So my hair is cut all the way to the skin, which hides all the side grey. And the top's always had this much grey. But this light and how much of it there is, and it's beaming straight
The
down.
very
is
white light.
showing it off a lot more.
Oh,
But yeah.
H comes for us all.
I'm an old man. But according to Sarah O'Day, Silver Fox.
All right. I guess that's the end of the show before Nick's ego explodes.
That's the end
caused
of the
death of universe.
show.
It is the end of the show. Big thank you to everybody for hanging out this evening. I hope you all had an informative and entertaining time. We will be back on Tuesday with more headlines as we recoup everything that's happened on what is sure to be a very bloody Monday. It's not looking good out there. But until then, just remember that video games are great and fun, and that wish all the developers that are inevitably going to get cut well, because it's going to be rough in that market for a long while.
Shit is.
It's hard to go out on a light note considering how Monday's going to suck. But hey, we'll be back on Tuesday to talk about it, so we'll see you then. Until then,
Ciao for now.
that's the one.